The KYCA Sports Spectacular is on the air. Tonight's broadcast features a doubleheader of girls and boys varsity basketball featuring the Prescott Badgers and Bradshaw Mountain Bears. Tonight's Sports Spectacular broadcast is sponsored by Olson's for healthy animals, where good enough just isn't. The Prescott Unified School District, the Badgers' biggest fans. Every child, every day, in the heart of everyone's hometown for over 150 years. And Weikert Realty CLA. They're painting the town yellow. Call Colleen at 928-499-2244. And now, with the call of tonight's Sports Spectacular broadcast on KYCA, here's John Rust.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome to Prescott High School. John Rust with you here. We just got through with the national anthem, and we are set to go with tonight's game, the rivalry renewed between Prescott and Bradshaw Mountain. Lady Badgers coming into this game with an overall record of 9-11. Meanwhile, for Bradshaw Mountain, they are coming in with an overall record of 11-14. Again, actually this would be the third meeting of the year between these two squads. They also met in the Lady Badger Winter Classic back in December, and that was a Prescott victory. Final score there was 39-28. In the region matchup between these two sides, it went Bradshaw Mountain's way back on January 14th, 53-44, the final score in that one. And tip-off, and we are underway with our game. Prescott with the ball. Prescott in the home whites. Bradshaw Mountain in their road blacks. Holly Dalton with it. Taking the jumper, and it's good! Right off the bat. Holly Dalton puts Prescott on the board. It's 2-zip. And now Sierra Woolley with it in the paint. Takes a shot through traffic. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Elisa LeBlanc. Now Holly Dalton working it up court. Long pass to the near corner to Janie Rudy. Now inside to Dalton. Now over to Hutman. Back to Rudy. Into LeBlanc. She kicks it out to Dalton. Almost stolen by Brindley Kidd. Now over to Hutman. The shot, no good. And the rebound by Kira Riley. And Riley gets the good bounce and puts it in for two. So the Badgers take an early 4-0 lead in this contest. Bradshaw with the ball. Bouncer to Kidd. Kidd off the glass. It's good. And Kidd also picks up the foul while she's at it. Janie Rudy gets the foul for Prescott. And now Kidd will look to complete the three-point play. She does. And just like that, it's a one-point game. Prescott 4, Bradshaw Mountain 3. Holly Dalton with it for the Badgers. Gets that one over to Hutman. Now Rudy. And loose ball goes out of bounds. And it will be possession Bradshaw Mountain. Sierra Woolley will take it out in front of her own bench. Bounces that one over to Brindley Kidd. Kidd past the half-court line. Now bounce on the inside to Casey Clinton. Clinton dishes that one over to Newton. Now the Kidd for three, no good. Rebound almost by Clinton, but Holly Dalton able to get that one. She brings it down the near side with 6:20 to go in the first quarter. 4-3 Prescott. Janie Rudy gets it over to Jamie Hutman. Now pass over the head of Rudy and into the Bradshaw Mountain bench. Peyton Bradshaw takes it out. Gets it over to Brindley Kidd. Now bouncer to Bradshaw. Bradshaw bringing it around the arc. Now comes inside. Bouncer to Brindley Kidd. Kidd, pass on the inside. Intercepted by Kira Riley. Riley down the near side. Now kicks that one out to Dalton. Almost stolen by Kendall Clinton. But Clinton couldn't get a hand on the ball. It goes out of bounds. Kira Riley to inbound for Prescott. Gets it to Holly Dalton in the near corner. Long pass to Riley. Kicks that one out to Hutman. Hutman out into Dalton. Takes the long-range jumper. No good. Into the hands of Riley. Riley tried for the shot and wound up getting fouled by Casey Clinton. So Riley up to the line for Prescott with 5:36 to go in the first quarter of a 4-3 game. Prescott in the lead. Make it 5-3 as Kira Riley gets that free throw. Now she'll try to double Prescott's lead here on her next shot. She does. Kira Riley, 4 points here in the first quarter, gives Prescott a 6-3 lead. In part two, well, I guess it's part three of the rivalry since they already Lady Badger Winter Classic. Newton for three! Off target and out of bounds. So it will be Bradshaw Mountain possession. Peyton Bradshaw, actually, correction, will be Kendall Newton, who will inbound for the Lady Bears. And bounces that one to Casey Clinton. Gets run into by Kira Riley. So it looks like Riley's going to pick up a foul there. Sierra Woolley now to inbound for the Lady Bears. Bouncer intercepted by Holly Dalton. Now Dalton lobs it over to Riley, to Hutman in the near corner, to Alyssa LeBlanc. LeBlanc backing out to Dalton for three, no good, and into the hands of Casey Clinton. Clinton down the far side being pursued by Jamie Hutman. Now gets that one over to Kidd. Kidd trying to get past Rudy. Rudy, good job cutting her off. Now to Bradshaw. Bradshaw goes for three, no good, off the backboard and rebounded by Kira Riley. 6-3 Prescott, 4:42 to go in the first quarter. And Dalton with a bouncer to Riley. The shot, no good. Riley almost got the rebound, but it's Kendall Newton who comes up with it for Bradshaw. Going into the paint, taking the hook shot, no good. Clinton with the putback and gets the foul. So Casey Clinton will go for a three-point play for Bradshaw Mountain. Alyssa LeBlanc picking up the foul for Prescott. Casey Clinton averaging 5.4 points per game for Bradshaw this year. And gets that one. Three-point play successful. We're all tied up 6-6. 4:20 to go in the first quarter. Holly Dalton from the far side gets that one over to Dana Seavey just into the ball game. Long pass over to Riley at the baseline. Third traffic takes the hook shot, no good. And it's Sierra Woolley who comes up with the rebound. Has to fight off Alyssa LeBlanc for that. Gets it over to Brindley Kidd down the far side. Kidd to Peyton Bradshaw. Bradshaw moving in the paint. Good lane, takes the shot, rolls off the rim, and it's Kira Riley who comes up with the rebound. Just tosses that one over to Holly Dalton. And now here come the Badgers down court. 3:40 to go in the first quarter. Eve Hawker on the inside to LeBlanc. Knocks the ball away. Intercepted. Peyton Bradshaw gets that one over to Kendall Newton. Newton coming inside. Kicks that one out to Woolley. Now Woolley, loose ball, and Peyton Bradshaw able to pick it up. The jumper, no good. Holly Dalton gets the rebound for Prescott. Dalton pass over to Seavey. Now to Dalton again. Near corner, over to Seavey. Badgers working the ball around. Bouncer to Eve Hawker. Almost loses it to Seavey. Gets cut off by Sierra Woolley. Sierra Woolley with a blocked shot and gets that one over to Kendall Newton. Newton dishes that one over to Woolley. Woolley taking the shot. Looked like she got fouled, but no call on that one. And Prescott gets the ball back with 2:45 to go in the first quarter. We're all tied up 6-6 between the Badgers and the Bears. Seavey guarded well by Brindley Kidd. Now to Riley. Riley in the paint, taking the jumper. No good. Rebound by Kendall Newton. Newton slowing it up. Now over to Peyton Bradshaw at the far side. Thought about passing it to Woolley. Now a bouncer over to Clinton. Clinton moving inside. Pass inside, and looks like Bradshaw and LeBlanc get knocked around. Jump ball, the call. And Kira Riley will inbound for Prescott. 2:11 to go here in the first quarter of a 6-6 game between the local rivals, Prescott and Bradshaw Mountain. Dana Seavey with it. Now the pass to Holly Dalton. Over to Hawker. Again, the Badgers just working it around here, looking for a good opportunity for a shot. Dalton goes for three. No good. And Peyton Bradshaw grabs the rebound for Bradshaw. Bouncer to Kidd on the far side. Kidd racing into the paint. Gets that one out to Ellie Bennett. Now Bennett moving inside, taking the shot. Gets it knocked away by number 42, Gabriela Rivero. Badgers with the ball. Dana Seavey. $1:30 to go in the first quarter. Now to Eve Hawker. Passes it inside to Riley. To Hawker. Hawker going for the shot. No good. Right into the hands of Sierra Woolley. Now Ellie Bennett coming inside. Loses the ball. And Holly Dalton gets it back for Prescott. Over to Eve Hawker at the far side. Now to Dana Seavey. Inside to Rivero. 1 minute to go in the first quarter. We're all tied 6-6. Badgers just keep working the ball around. Seavey to Dalton from the far corner. Double teamed. Now to Hawker. Kira Riley. Bouncer to Hawker. Loses the ball. And Bradshaw has it. Brindley Kidd behind the back dribble. Now pass over to Bennett. The shot. And rolls out of the rim. But Sierra Woolley gets the rebound and puts it through for two. And Bradshaw Mountain takes an 8-6 lead with 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Dana Seavey. Bouncer over to Rivero. Now Rivero trying to get around Woolley. Bouncer to Hawker. And Hawker has the ball ripped away from her by Sierra Woolley. Bouncer to Peyton Bradshaw. 10 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Bradshaw coming down the court. Moving inside. Cut off by Hawker. To Woolley. Woolley with the jumper. Doesn't get the bounce. Holly Dalton gets the rebound, but too late to make a shot as the first period comes to a close. And that will do it for the first quarter, with the Bradshaw Mountain Bears up 8-6 over the Prescott Badgers. We'll take a 30-second break here on our live stream and broadcast of Prescott and Bradshaw basketball and be back right after this.
Every child, every day, in the heart of everybody's hometown for over 150 years.
PUSD has a multitude of programs for what your child already loves and the talents they have yet to discover.
Engaging and hands-on curriculum.
Building positive relationships.
21st century education in technology and the arts.
Quality certified teachers and staff.
We educate the whole child.
Rooted in spirit and tradition, we invite you to join us.
And welcome back to Prescott High School. John Rust with you here. Thank you very much for joining us here on our live stream and broadcast of Prescott and Bradshaw Mountain basketball as the two rivals duke it out for a third time in the 2019-2020 season. Only one of those games, previous games I should say, do count toward the power points in the Grand Canyon region standings. The first meeting was in the Lady Badger Winter Classic, and those tournaments do not count toward standings and power points. But it was still a win for Prescott, and again, Bradshaw Mountain got the win where they counted the first time around in the first region matchup between these two on January 14th. Bradshaw inbounds the ball to get things going here in the second quarter of an 8-6 game. Bears on top. Casey Clinton in the paint with the ball. Bouncer over to Kidd. Now Kidd moving inside, cut off by Seavey. Shannon Moore with it. And Moore loses the ball. Ripped away by Dana Seavey. Quite a few steals here in the early part of this game tonight. Sarah Townsend inside to LeBlanc. Turns, shoots, misses, but LeBlanc gets her own rebound. Tried for the putback. Knocked out of her hands. Casey Clinton has it coming down the far side. Now to Kidd. Kidd standing at the Badger logo, letting the Bear offense get set up. Bouncer over to Peyton Bradshaw, far corner. Works it on the inside to Moore. Takes a shot, no good. Into the hands of Holly Dalton. And here come the Badgers. To Seavey. Moves inside, hands off to Riley. To Sarah Townsend. Over to Seavey again. Seavey, pass to LeBlanc. Through traffic, taking the shot. Rolls off the rim and into the hands of Peyton Bradshaw, who's triple teamed. LeBlanc and Seavey trying to get the ball away from Bradshaw. And it will be Prescott possession as Peyton Bradshaw comes out. By the way, congrats to Peyton Bradshaw as she was named the Student of the Month for January over at Bradshaw Mountain High School. Dalton with the jumper off the glass, no good. Rebound by Woolley. Woolley guarded by Holly Dalton. Comes past the half-court line. Inside, kicks it out to Kendall Newton. Newton thought about a three. Now over to Ellie Bennett. Back to Newton. Newton goes for a three. No good. Into the hands of Sierra Woolley. Woolley trying to get around LeBlanc. Takes the shot. LeBlanc got a hand on the ball, and according to the referee, also got a hand on Sierra Woolley. Second foul of the night for LeBlanc. This brings Sierra Woolley to the stripe with 6:13 remaining in the second quarter. 8-6 Bears. Woolley successful on her first free throw. Second shot coming up for Woolley. That one is good. Bradshaw Mountain 4 for 4 from the stripe tonight, and that gives them a 10-6 lead. Holly Dalton with the ball. Dalton just 2 points for her tonight. Townsend over to Dalton. Dalton moving inside, gets it over to Riley with the jumper. No good. And Bradshaw Mountain with the rebound. Lady Bears doing a good job of denying Prescott's second chances off the boards. Kendall Newton trying to get around Emma Pierce. And timeout called by Bradshaw Mountain. Hey folks, tonight's game is sponsored by the Badgers' biggest fans, Prescott Unified School District. Every child, every day, in the heart of everyone's hometown for over 150 years. Support the Badgers with your Arizona tax credit dollars. Go to PrescottSchools.com. And again, we thank you very much for joining us here on our live stream and also a radio broadcast of Prescott and Bradshaw Mountain basketball. Picking up the live stream here on KYCA.info. On the radio side, we're at 1490 AM and 103.5 FM. And for the Badgers, this will be their last home game of the regular season next Tuesday. Lady Badgers and the Badgers, the boys team, take a long trip over to Bullhead City to play Mojave to finish out the regular season. We'll live stream that game for you also. On the inside, Peyton Bradshaw double teamed, and Holly Dalton trying to get the ball out of the hands of Peyton Bradshaw. Unsuccessful. It's going to be a jump ball. Bradshaw possession. Kendall Newton to take it out. Emma Pierce right in front of her. Gets it in just in time to Woolley. In the paint, turns, shoots. It's good! Beautiful bank shot by Sierra Woolley to make it a 12-6 game. Bradshaw on top. Emma Pierce gets it over to Townsend. Now to Holly Dalton. 5:10 to go here in the second quarter. Sarah Townsend. Holly Dalton coming down the baseline, taking the running shot, and no good. Just a lid on the basket right now for Prescott. Kendall Newton with it for the Bears. Coming inside and trips and falls as she got in the way of Emma Pierce, and they're going to call a traveling on Newton, so it'll be Prescott possession with 4:53 to go in the second quarter. Kira Riley to take it out for Prescott. Holly Dalton with the pass over to Pierce. Bouncer to Dalton at the near corner. She'll get it over to Riley. Feeds it to Pierce. Pierce tries to come inside, but cut off by Casey Clinton. Now on the inside, and almost stolen by Kendall Newton. Still a loose ball, picked up by Pierce, but it goes out of bounds before she can get a good grip on it. Jamie Hutman, coming in for Prescott, taking the place of Kira Riley. Actually, they're going to say it was a Bear who last touched that ball, so it's still Prescott possession with 4:25 remaining in the second quarter. Hutman to LeBlanc, makes the jumper off the rim and rebounded by Sierra Woolley. And it looks like Woolley got roughed up a little bit there by Emma Pierce. 4 fouls so far for Prescott here in the first half. Just 1 for Bradshaw Mountain. And it looks like we have a bit of a delay here. It appears, I think Emma Pierce might have a bloody nose. Whatever the case, yeah, I think it's a bloody nose for Emma Pierce. Trainer Trent James and Coach Bobby Yoder looking after her now. Bradshaw Mountain possession as Newton coming down the court as Pierce is being tended to on the sidelines. Casey Clinton with a bouncer to Woolley, stolen by Holly Dalton. Dalton running inside, taking the jumper, no good, and again, Prescott just keeps hitting the rim. Newton with it, pass out of the hands of Sarah Townsend. Brindley Kidd picks it up and takes it over to the far corner. Now to Casey Clinton. Oh, Clinton came close to traveling there. Brindley Kidd coming out near the Badger logo, getting the Bear offense set up with 3:40 to go in the second quarter as double dribble called on Kidd. And it will be Prescott possession. Jamie Hutman getting that one over to Holly Dalton. To Townsend on the far side. Inside to LeBlanc. LeBlanc in the paint, taking the shot, and no good, but Elisa LeBlanc gets fouled. She'll go to the line as the Badgers look for their first points of this quarter. LeBlanc also looking for her first points of the night for Prescott. First shot gets the good roll, and it's a 12-7 game. Badgers down by 5. LeBlanc had a really good game here in this gym last week against Coconino, putting up 14 points against the Lady Panthers. Second shot coming up by LeBlanc, and that one is good. So it's a 4-point game now as Prescott finally scores here in the second quarter. It's 8-12. Badgers down by 4. As that ball skips over the hands of a couple of players and goes out of bounds. And they're going to call it Prescott possession. Holly Dalton has it. Jogs past the half-court line. Now over to Hutman on the inside to Dalton. Dalton backing out to the near corner. Over to Janie Rudy. Dalton. Long pass over to Hutman, intercepted by Kidd. Kidd with the breakaway. The shot, no good as Hutman gets the rebound. Now over to Dalton. Dalton moving inside, taking the running shot. It's good! Holly Dalton for 2. And it's a 12-10 Bradshaw Mountain lead as the Badgers are catching up. Sierra Woolley with the bouncer to Newton, taking the shot. No good, rebound by Riley. Gets that one over to Holly Dalton. And she'll take it past the half-court line with 2:25 remaining in the second quarter. Dalton over the far side. Over to Rudy now. To Hutman. Hutman moving in with the jumper. No good. Skips off the rim. And it's the Badgers who come up with it. Dalton with the jumper. Doesn't get the good bounce. And again, the Badgers get the rebound. Fight for the ball between Bradshaw and Janie Rudy. Hey, folks, stick around for our halftime show. It's going to be a wrestling-intensive halftime show as we have interviews with Prescott wrestling coach Sean Carbajal and his counterpart from Bradshaw Mountain, Brad Grauberger. Going to be talking about tomorrow's sectional meet. Rudy to Hutman for three. It's good! Jamie Hutman getting the good bounce, and that gives Prescott a 13-12 lead. Under 2 to play in the first half. Woolley in the paint with the jumper. No good. LeBlanc gets the rebound, and it looks like Woolley banged into LeBlanc in the process. So it'll be Prescott possession. As Woolley coming out of the game. Second foul tonight for Sierra Woolley, who, if you saw our game Tuesday against Mojave, got in the head of the Thunderbirds' Johnny Johnson to the point she actually exited the game with a technical foul. LeBlanc to Dalton. Now over to Hutman. Hutman, who had 8 points Tuesday against Lee Williams. Three-pointer by Dalton goes for naught. Ellie Bennett gets the ball for Bradshaw. Pass over to Newton now. And she works it over to Peyton Bradshaw. Bears just kind of taking their time right now. Clinton to Bennett. Bennett moves inside, almost travels. Now Newton with 1 minute to go in the second quarter. Pass intended for Bradshaw goes over her head, but then picked up by number 12, Macy Fournier, and looks like Fournier got fouled, and I think it was Janie Rudy who committed that offense, and that's her second foul of the night. Kaylee Hillig now into the game for the Bears, along with Brindley Kidd. Peyton Bradshaw inbounds to Kidd. 45 seconds to go in the first half. 13-12, Prescott over Bradshaw Mountain. Kidd moving inside. Bouncer stolen by the Badgers. Holly Dalton has it, but then loses it, and it goes out of bounds. But they're going to say Bradshaw last touched it, so Kira Riley will inbound for the Badgers on the far side. And we have some kind of delay here. Not 100% sure what's, I think there's something going on with the floor, maybe. Not really 100% sure what this delay is about. But either way, we have a break in the action with 31 seconds left to go. So while we have this break, folks, let's remind you that tonight's game is sponsored by Weichart Realtors, CLA. They're painting the town yellow, located in Forest Trails. They sell more because they do more. Look for the yellow signs. Call Colleen McElmel at 928-499-2244. Weichart works. Okay, they said it was a blood timeout. For the second time tonight, we've had a bloody incident. So it looks like the blood is off the floor. And here come the Lady Badgers with the ball. Dalton to Hutman. And the pass stolen by Bradshaw Mountain. Brindley Kidd with it. Kidd to the paint, taking the shot, and Kidd gets shoved to the ground. It almost gets mopped out of the gymnasium as we had a Prescott worker come by with the mop. Thought she was going to use that on Brindley Kidd, but she didn't, and now Kidd goes up to the line. Kidd probably looked up at that mop and going, the heck, I'm not dirt. First shot from Kidd from the stripe, no good. Bradshaw was a perfect 4 for 4 from the line before that one. So Kidd goes for shot number 2 from the stripe. That one is good, and we're all tied up 13-13, 17 seconds to go in the first half. See if the Badgers work for the last shot of the quarter. Dalton with it. Now over to Seavey. Moves inside, out to Dalton. 6 seconds to go. Dalton moving inside. There's a shot by Prescott. Seavey, no good. LeBlanc with the rebound and knocked out of bounds, but the horn sounds, and that will do it for the first half of play. Our score, Bradshaw Mountain 13, Prescott 13, as both teams head into the locker room. So, folks, we are going to take a 30-second break here, and when we come back, it will be... Actually, folks, we will take a break here, and we will come back, and we are going to have our interviews with Prescott and Bradshaw Mountain wrestling coaches Sean Carbajal and Brad Grauberger as they get you set for the sectional tournament. Back after this.
This is Steve Sischka with Olson's for Healthy Animals. One of the common themes of conversations when I've been out and about in Prescott, and I'm sure it's this way in Chino, Dewey, Humboldt, Flagstaff, and Clarkdale, is how nice our employees are. It never ceases to amaze me that people I don't even know will make the special effort to tell me about the folks who take care of them in our stores. That's because we at Olson's genuinely care about your animals and about the fact that you decided to shop in our stores. We're in our 41st year and have seen it all. We have incredible animal and pet experience throughout our company and access this experience on a daily basis. Whether it be what should I feed, how should I feed, how much should I be feeding to achieve the results I want, or my pet or animal has a special need, how can I help make life better? We help you figure that kind of stuff out. We're Olson's for Healthy Animals, where good enough just isn't, in Chino, Prescott, Dewey, Humboldt, Flagstaff, and Clarkdale.
I'm here with Sharon Hayes, the head coach of the Bradshaw Mountain softball team. Coach, thank you very much for joining us here on tonight's broadcast of Prescott and Bradshaw Mountain basketball.
Well, thank you, John. I appreciate it. Glad to be here.
So, Coach, this year we will be live streaming some select Bradshaw Mountain softball games. So I just wanted to give all our listeners and viewers a little chance, a little preview to see what is coming up for Bradshaw Mountain. And from what I saw last year, considering you only graduated one player from that team, it looks like a lot of good things are going to be coming up for the Lady Bears this year.
Yes, we are really excited. I'm excited to have some live streaming for the games. I think viewers are going to get some really exciting games. And, you know, with 10 seniors coming back, or 10 girls coming back as seniors this year, with all the experience, you know, we have some high expectations this year. We just got to keep everybody healthy, and we're just really excited for the season. We've got some new challenges in front of us this year to prepare us to get to that final game in the state championship.
And leading the way for you is going to be your two-headed monster in the circle, and that would be Caitlin Neal and J.C. Hambrick. Caitlin, of course, a high school All-American last year, actually led Team USA to the championship in the Pan American Games, and J.C. Hambrick, all-conference selection last year. She's going to be playing at Grand Canyon. It's hard enough for most coaches in the state to come up with one ace for their pitching staff, and you have two of them.
Right. You know, they've been working really hard with their club teams in the off season, and I think, you know, they're prepared. They're just going to pick up where they left off, you know, continuing to prepare for the season. So we're super excited to have those two back in the circle. I think they're going to be, just with a year's experience in the program and knowing the expectations, and I think they're going to feel a lot more comfortable going out there and playing. So, yes, we have a lot of expectations for those two. But we also have a lot of good role players right behind them to help them defensively and in the lineup. So it's going to be a pretty powerful lineup as well.
So let's talk about that powerful lineup, because along with pitching very well, we know JC and Caitlin can both swing the bats enormously. So who else in the lineup is going to be knocking the ball around for you?
Well, as you know, Madison Duryea, she's been a staple since her freshman year. So she's going to do a lot of damage, I think, in the lineup. We've got Cassidy Outlaw, who's very strong. She's up in the lineup. She hits for power, and she's got speed. We've got Layla Stouter coming back. She's really worked on her swing, seeing a lot of power from her. Kirsten Schmidt, and then you've got Yesenia Gomez. So we've got a pretty tough lineup. You know, when they're concentrating on a couple girls in the lineup, you know, there's going to be girls that can hit behind them. So we're pretty excited about that.
And a good chunk of your players have already signed to play at college starting next fall. And I think you have 2 more who are just about ready to sign.
Yes, tomorrow we have Kirsten Schmidt, and she is, I believe it's University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. And we have Lindsay Bush, who is signing with Austin. So those 2 young ladies are super excited to get that underway tomorrow and be able to move on and look forward to the future, you know, after graduation. So congratulations to those 2 girls and all their hard work that, you know, they've done over the years to put themselves in this position to create some opportunities for themselves.
And I mentioned J.C. Hambrick has signed with Grand Canyon University. Caitlin Neal, she will be a Cornhusker. She's going to go off to Nebraska after she graduates. What about some of your other girls?
We have Layla Stouter. She's going to be up there in Nebraska, too, at Chapman State College. And have Cassidy Outlaw. She's going to be heading over to Texas as well at Vernon. And we've got Madison Duryea going to a Division I at Dixie State. So super excited for all those girls, their opportunities.
And, of course, tryouts and practices get underway next week for all our spring sports teams here in the area. So what about first game of the season? When's that going to be for Bradshaw?
That is on February 26th. And we open up with Yonkers. It's a Wednesday, so we're super excited about that. And then our second home game is on the 27th, the next day against Washington. We have a field renovation, girls, and we all raised a lot of money to renovate our field, which I think is really going to change the way we're able to play the game, hitting, pitching, fielding, base running. So we're super excited to have a little bit more home field advantage out there.
Okay. Well, Coach Hayes, I want to thank you very much for joining us here on our Prescott and Bradshaw Mountain basketball broadcast tonight. And best of luck to you and the Lady Bears this season. And we certainly look forward to live streaming some of your games on KYCA.info.
Well, thank you, John. We certainly appreciate it. We look forward to it.
I enjoy informing and educating people. It makes for a better country and a brighter future.
Rush Limbaugh.
Whatever's hot and whatever matters, guaranteed we will be talking about it. A man, a living legend, a way of life.
The Mandarin of Talk Radio. Rush.
Also known as the scariest and most dangerous man in America to the American left, and that's because I'm right.
The most listened to talk radio program in the universe.
Weekdays at 10 a.m. on the News 1490 and 103.5 FM.
And welcome back to Prescott High School. John Rust with you. And folks, my apologies on the mix-up there. I meant to say that Sharon Hayes, Bradshaw Mountain softball coach, is going to be our halftime interview. Actually, we will hear from Coach Brad Grauberger and Coach Sean Carbajal from Bradshaw and Prescott Wrestling. In between our games here, that's when those interviews will play. So, again, my apologies for the mix-up. But and we'll have another interview for you at halftime of the boys' game, which will follow the girls' game. Halftime of the boys' game, we will hear from Prescott baseball coach Kent Winslow. And again, we will be live streaming some select Prescott baseball and Bradshaw Mountain softball games for you this spring. In fact, baseball and softball, high school baseball and softball get going here in actually a few weeks. In fact, tryouts and practices officially begin on Monday. It's hard to believe we're getting into baseball and softball season already here at the high schools. Meanwhile, we got basketball here for you right now, and Prescott and Bradshaw Mountain tied 13-13 as we get set for the second half of action. For Bradshaw Mountain, leading the way scoring-wise is Sierra Woolley. She has 6 points. Brindley Kidd with 4. Casey Clinton with 3. Meanwhile, for Prescott, 4 points for Kira Riley, 4 points for Holly Dalton, and 2 points for Elisa LeBlanc. And again, that gives us our score 13-13. As both sides getting set for the second half here. Critical game actually for Bradshaw Mountain. Critical game for both these sides. Bradshaw Mountain, they're at number 21 in the state PowerPoint rankings. And against the top 24 teams that make it to the state playoffs. Prescott, meanwhile, they're really on the outside looking in at number 29. Lady Badgers going to need to win today and also win Tuesday at Mojave. Even that might not be enough. They might need to get some help from a few other teams if they want to try to crack the top 24 as we're underway with the second half. Sierra Woolley in the paint, bouncer to Peyton Bradshaw. Loose ball, stolen by Janie Rudy. And we get a whistle on the play, foul on the call. And it looks like that's going to be Brindley Kidd. Kidd picking up her first foul tonight. Prescott inbounds. Janie Rudy, bouncer over to Holly Dalton. Now Dalton trying to get around Brindley Kidd. Dalton on the inside, kicks it out to Hutman. Almost loses it, gets it back over to Rudy. Now loose ball, and it is picked up by Brindley Kidd. Kidd at the arc for 3. No good. Casey Clinton, however, gets the rebound. And the Bears will try again with 7:20 to go in the third quarter. We're all tied up 13-13. Bouncer on the inside to Woolley. Woolley double team and traveling the call against Woolley, so it will be Prescott possession. Holly Dalton bringing it up court for the Badgers. Long pass, almost stolen by Clinton, but LeBlanc gets it. Out to Rudy. Now over to Dalton. Top of the arc for 3. It's good! Holly Dalton nailing the 3 and making it 16-13 Prescott. 7 points tonight for Dalton. Sierra Woolley in the paint. Now over to Bradshaw. Bradshaw with a bouncer out to Kendall Newton. Newton, who has been held scoreless so far tonight. Now Kidd in the paint, taking the running shot. No good off the glass, and it's Prescott who comes up with the rebound. Holly Dalton. Dalton, long pass to Riley on the inside. Kicks it out to Hutman for 3! In and out of the basket and right into the hands of Sierra Woolley for the rebound. Newton bringing it over to the far side. Now moving in, past LeBlanc, loses the ball. And they're going to say possession will go to the Badgers. Again, Kendall Newton, no points so far in this game, but if you tuned into our live stream of Bradshaw and Mojave, you'll remember that Newton went scoreless the first 3 quarters, then exploded for 11 points in the fourth quarter to help Bradshaw win that game. Hutman, top of the arc, pass on the inside to Rudy. Now over to Riley with the jumper. It's good! Kira Riley nailing the 2. That'll make it 18-13 in favor of Prescott. 5:40 to go in the third quarter. Bradshaw down by 5. Peyton Bradshaw comes in from the far corner. Bouncer over to Woolley. Now Woolley moving in, taking the shot. It's good, and Woolley gets the foul as she takes that shot. So a 3-point play coming for Sierra Woolley as Kira Riley will pick up the foul for Prescott, her first tonight. First shot, no good, but rebounded by Peyton Bradshaw. Brings it out to the far corner for 3. It's good! Peyton Bradshaw, her first field goal tonight, and we're all tied up at 18-18. and now stolen by Kendall Newton. Newton with the breakaway, off the glass, no good! Kendall Newton all by herself and could not put it through the hoop. Riley with the jumper, no good! Bradshaw comes up the rebound, Woolley to Newton. Now Newton on the inside, takes the jumper, gets the good roll, does Kendall Newton for her first 2 of the night. And we are no longer tied as timeout is called. Bradshaw coming back from a 5-point deficit to take a 20-18 lead over Prescott. 4:48 remaining in the third quarter as a timeout is called. Again, folks, let's go back to the state PowerPoint rankings. As I mentioned before, Bradshaw Mountain number 21. Prescott, they are number 29. And then you have the cream of the crop of the Grand Canyon region, Flagstaff. They are number 4 in the state PowerPoint rankings, undefeated in Grand Canyon region play. Next you have Coconino, they're 10-1 in the region and number 11 in PowerPoints. You also got a couple other teams on the outside looking in right now, and that would be Mojave at number 25 and also Lee Williams at number 28. In fact, both those teams duking it out tonight. So Mojave with a chance to crack the top 24. Bradshaw Mountain looking to stay in that top 24 with just 2 games left, including this one after tonight. Bradshaw Mountain, they are down at Desert Edge High School next Tuesday to finish out the regular season. Dana Seavey over to Rudy. Now to Dalton from the far side. To Rudy. Badgers working it around. Seavey on the inside. Bouncer to Riley. Trying to get around Clinton. Now Rudy for 3. Off the backboard, but right to Riley. Now Dalton for 3. Comes up short. And Rudy still keeps it in bounds, but turns it over to Bradshaw. Kendall Newton coming down the court. Now holds up. Getting the Bradshaw offense set up to Peyton Bradshaw. Works it on the inside to Woolley. Turns, shoots, rolls off the rim and into the hands of Alyssa LeBlanc, who gives it over to Holly Dalton. Dalton, cross-court pass over to Rudy. Now to Seavey near the top of the arc. Comes inside. Now gets it over to Holly Dalton. Badgers just taking their time right now. Kira Riley to Rudy at the near corner. Moves inside. Bouncer to Riley. Riley through traffic. Just hands the ball off to Seavey. Now Seavey comes in. Takes the jumper. Off the rim. Rebounded by Peyton Bradshaw. Woolley racing down the court. Inside. Taking the shot. And Woolley getting pushed as she goes up for the shot. That's going to go against Kira Riley. That will be her second of the night. 8 points so far tonight for Sierra Woolley. Still hanging on 8 after she misses that free throw. Gabriela Rivero into the game to spell Kira Riley. 6 points tonight for Riley. Next shot coming up for Woolley. That one goes through. 21-18 the score. Bradshaw Mountain extends its lead. Holly Dalton with it over to Dana Seavey. Seavey with a bouncer over to Rudy. Pass on the inside to LeBlanc. Under a double team. Gets it over to Rivero. And Rivero works it off the glass for 2. And it's a 1-point game. 21-20. Prescott down by 1. Kendall Newton with it for Bradshaw. Under 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Bouncer on the inside to Woolley. Got it by LeBlanc. Out to Bradshaw. Now to Newton. Pass on the inside to Clinton. And Clinton will get that one over to Newton. Long pass to Woolley. Woolley off the glass. It's good. Sierra Woolley for 2. 11 points tonight for Woolley, and it's 23-20 Bears. Bouncer to Seavey. Now over to Rivero. Takes the shot. Big block by Woolley. And now she brings the ball down court for Bradshaw. Kicks it out to Ellie Bennett. The freshman comes inside. Now to Clinton. Back to Bennett. Bennett trying to work her way around Rudy. Bounces it over to Bradshaw for three. Comes up short. Just hits off the rim. Hallie Dalton with it. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Dalton backing out, guarded by Bennett. Comes around the far side. Now over to Dana Seavey. Seavey top of the key. Lobs it over to Rivero. Now to LeBlanc, and LeBlanc rolls it off the rim, but gets her own rebound, gives a little elbow to the gut of Woolley, and then LeBlanc puts it in for two. Her first field goal of the night, 23-22, Badgers down by 1. As for whatever reason, the clock has stopped now at 1:35, but play is continuing. And I don't know if anyone down on the court has noticed it so far. And Woolley makes a pass and gets fouled. So Sierra Woolley up to the line. Alyssa LeBlanc gets dinged for the foul. That's her third tonight. And Woolley no good on that one. Janie Rudy out of the game right now for Prescott. Kira Riley back in. Second shot coming up for Sierra Woolley. Misses on that one, and it's still 23-22 Bradshaw, but they get the rebound. Peyton Bradshaw for the three. No good. And it's Rivero who comes up with the rebound. Hallie Dalton down the far side for Prescott. Tries to move inside to Riley. Now a bouncer over to Seavey. Seavey comes inside, gets double teamed, lobs it over, intercepted by Newton. Newton coming inside, bouncer over to Kidd, takes the shot, comes up short, and Clinton unable to keep it in bounds with 1:03 left to go in the third quarter. 23-22. Lady Bears up by 1 with 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Shot by Hutman, misses the basket and goes out of bounds. And now Peyton Bradshaw will inbound for Bradshaw. Kendall Newton past the half-court line. 44 seconds to go in the third quarter. Bouncer to Woolley. Woolley to Bradshaw, taking the shot, and Peyton Bradshaw gets the good roll for two. 25-22, Lady Bears with 27 seconds to go. Stolen by Newton. Newton into the paint, goes for the shot. It's good. Kendall Newton, the steal and the basket. And it's 27-22, Bradshaw. Alicia LeBlanc on the far side, trying to get around Clinton. And looks like Clinton made a little contact there on LeBlanc. So for Casey Clinton, it's her second shot, or it's her second foul of the game. Now Hallie Dalton with it. Over to Hutman. Seavey with it, 2 seconds to go. Dalton off balance shot, no good, and that will do it for the third quarter of play. With Bradshaw Mountain in the lead, it is 27-22. We'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this.
Weikert Realtor CLA is painting the town yellow. Hi, this is Colleen McElmel, the owner and broker for Weikert Realtor CLA. Do you have a 2020 vision of selling your home and moving into your new dream home? or downsizing to a more simple, all-that-you-need home. Weichert Realtors CLA has a team backed by a 50-year proven selling system to make your vision a reality. Our selling system is unique and effective. We recently sold a home with multiple offers in one day during an open house. And when you go with Weichert Realtors CLA, we offer in-house loan applications, escrow, and notary services, available to make the process as simple and painless as possible. And if you're a veteran or first responder, Weichert Realtors CLA offers a 10% discount to thank you for your service. Interest rates are low and the market is hot. Let's make your 2020 vision a reality. Call 499-2244. That's Weichert Realtors CLA at 499-2244. We sell more because we do more. Look for the bright yellow signs.
Back here at Prescott High School, John Rust with you. Thank you very much for joining us here on our live stream and broadcast of Prescott and Bradshaw Mountain basketball. Bradshaw Mountain with a 27-22 lead as we start the fourth quarter. Alyssa LeBlanc moving inside, taking the jumper, no good. But the Badgers get the rebound. Kira Riley throws it away to Kendall Newton. I think Kendall Newton's got about 4 or 5 steals tonight. Now Newton over to Sierra Woolley. Passing the inside to Newton. Turns, shoots, no good. And the rebound knocked around and almost goes out of bounds. Holly Dalton with it. Dalton over to Hutman. Over to Seavey. Seavey loses the ball, but it's picked back up by Holly Dalton. Now Jamie Hutman. Hutman moving in. Loses the ball, and it goes out of bounds. So Bradshaw Mountain will inbound. It will be Bradshaw to inbound for Bradshaw. And a bouncer over to Brindley Kidd. Kidd past the half-court line. Now Peyton Bradshaw with the bouncer to Woolley. Woolley through a double team. Turns, shoots, and gets fouled on her way up. And Sierra Woolley pretty happy about getting the foul there with 6:47 to go in the fourth quarter. First shot coming up from the line for Woolley. And that one goes through. Bradshaw Mountain extends its lead 28-22. Second shot coming up for Sierra Woolley. And misses on that one, but Prescott gets the rebound. Elisa LeBlanc. 28-22. Bradshaw Mountain on top, 6:40 to go in the fourth. Emma Pierce, bouncer on the inside and stolen by Woolley from her knees. Gets the ball over to Casey Clinton, now to Brindley Kidd. Now over to Peyton Bradshaw. Bradshaw top of the key, guarded by LeBlanc. Now over to Ellie Bennett. Kidd has it. Sierra Woolley, guarded by Riley. Turns, shoots off the glass, no good. But Woolley gets her own rebound. Now to Bradshaw. Bradshaw with the shot, misses on that one. Emma Pierce picks up the ball for Prescott. And here comes Holly Dalton down the far side. Dalton pass on the inside. Actually, cross courts it over to Riley for three. It's good! Kira Riley for three. And it's a 28-25 game. Prescott down by 3. 5:35 to go in the fourth quarter. And we have the boys game coming up for you here right after the girls are finished. Bradshaw over to Woolley. And Pierce trying to fight with Woolley to get the ball. Now a loose ball. Kira Riley picks it up. Gets it over to Holly Dalton. Dalton comes inside. Bouncer over to LeBlanc. Takes a shot off the glass. No good. Couldn't get the good roll on that one. And now Kidd in the paint. Hook shot, and Brindley Kidd gets fouled on her way up. Emma Pierce will get the foul. That's her second of the night. First shot on the way by Kidd. Misses. Now, actually, timeout is called. And folks, tonight's game is sponsored by Olson's for Healthy Animals, where good enough just isn't, with locations in Prescott, Chino, Dewey, Flagstaff, and the Verde Valley. Also, folks, you are listening to KYCA, the News 1490 AM, 103.5 FM, KYCA, Prescott, Arizona, USA. We, again, thank you very much for joining us here on our live stream of Prescott and Bradshaw Mountain Basketball. It is 28-25. Bradshaw Mountain with a 3-point lead over Prescott, and under 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. As Prescott playing catch up here to Bradshaw Mountain. Prescott fighting for their very, very slim playoff lives. Again, Prescott coming into tonight's contest number 29 in PowerPoint rankings. And it's the top 24 that make it into the playoffs. Bradshaw Mountain in pretty decent shape at number 21, but they still need to get some wins here in order to secure their spot in the state play-in round, as Brindley Kidd will go for her second shot from the stripe. That one misses. Still a three-point game, 28-25 Bradshaw. Holly Dalton down the far side. Now Dalton with the pass over to Kira Riley. Emma Pierce bounces it inside to Rudy. Rudy fighting with Sierra Woolley for the ball. Now gets it over to LeBlanc. To Kira Riley for three! No good! Loose ball. Who's going to come up with it? Clinton or Rudy? Actually, I think Rudy was fighting with Emma Pierce for the ball. Now LeBlanc gets the rebound. And LeBlanc and Woolley go at it, and jump ball called. It will be Bradshaw Mountain possession. Clinton over to Kidd. Kidd for the breakaway. Taking the shot. It's good. Brindley Kidd for two on the breakaway. And the Bears extend their lead 30-25. 4:19 remaining in the fourth quarter. Dalton to Riley. Now to Pierce. Inside to LeBlanc with the jumper. Rolls off the rim and rebounded by Kendall Newton, who gets that one over to Brindley Kidd. Kidd over to Newton. Under 4 to play here in regulation. Now the pass to Sierra Woolley. Over to Clinton. Thought about a jumper. Cut off by LeBlanc. Now another jump attempt. No good. Rolls off the rim. Right to Janie Rudy. Coming down the far side. Rudy to LeBlanc with the jumper. No good. Bradshaw. LeBlanc going for the rebound. LeBlanc gets it as Peyton Bradshaw gets face planted. Now Rudy with the jumper. Off the rim. No good, but rebounded by Dalton. Riley to Pierce. Pierce goes for the jumper. No good. Riley with the rebound. Through traffic. Now to LeBlanc. And doesn't get the bounce. And finally, Bradshaw comes up with a rebound. Sierra Woolley, 3 or 4 attempts by Prescott fail. And Newton goes for the shot and gets fouled on her way up. Elisa LeBlanc going to pick up her 4th foul tonight. And this will bring Kendall Newton to the stripe. Gets the first one as Bradshaw starts to extend its lead over Prescott. 31-25 the score. LeBlanc and Pierce out of the game. Pierce, who had to sit out for a bit after getting a bloody nose in the first half. Looks like she's okay now. Newton misses on the second one, but rebounded by Woolley off the glass, and it's good! Sierra Woolley with a great putback, making it 33-25 Bradshaw. Dalton long pass to Rudy. Now to Rivero. To Dalton, and Kidd run into by, or actually Dalton run into by Kidd. Second foul tonight for Kidd. Kira Riley to inbound near the Prescott bench with 2:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Prescott with some catching up to do. Hutman moving inside with the jumper. No good, and rebounded by Casey Clinton. Now Woolley coming down the court. Moving inside. Drives the basket and gets the bucket. As timeout is called. And it's going to be a full timeout for Bradshaw Mountain. So let's take a 30-second break here with the score 35-25. Bears up by 10. We'll be back with more from Prescott High School after this.
Every child, every day, in the heart of everybody's hometown for over 150 years.
PUSD has a multitude of programs for what your child already loves and the talents they have yet to discover.
Engaging and hands-on curriculum.
Building positive relationships.
21st century education in technology and the arts.
Quality certified teachers and staff.
We educate the whole child.
Rooted in spirit and tradition, we invite you to join us.
Welcome back to Prescott High School. John Rust with you. 35-25. The Bears have established a 10-point lead over Prescott. Badgers have been struggling a bit trying to put the ball through the hoop here in the fourth quarter. As the full timeout almost over here, 2:31 remaining in the fourth quarter. Again, folks, after this game, we will bring you the boys' game. Also, in between games, we will hear from the two local wrestling coaches, Sean Carbajal for Prescott and Brad Grauberger for Bradshaw Mountain, as they get set for the sectionals, which will also include Chino Valley. Those three teams, along with 10 others, battling it out for the section championship. That'll take place tomorrow in Payson. Now Hutman bobbles the ball, goes out of bounds. Peyton Bradshaw to inbound for the Lady Bears. Bounces that one over to Clinton. And knocked out of bounds by Holly Dalton. Bradshaw possession still. Peyton Bradshaw will take it out in front of the Badger bench. Bounce to Raleigh, stolen. Now to LeBlanc. LeBlanc gets it over to Rudy. Goes for the jumper, skips off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Hutman, and Hutman gets the putback.
2 points from Jamie Hutman.
Jamie Hutman, 5 points tonight for her, making it 35-27. Running shot made by Kendall Newton. And the Bears answer back quickly, making it again a 10-point game. 37-27, Bradshaw Mountain. Riley for three, no good, and rebounded by Woolley with 1:34 to go in regulation. Now Newton in the paint, rolls off the rim. Casey Clinton trying to grab the rebound, unsuccessful, and it will be Prescott possession. 1:27 now left to go in regulation as Prescott brings it back up court. Dalton moving inside. Tries to take a running scoop shot, no good. Hits the bottom of the rim. Bradshaw comes up with it. Or bottom of the backboard, excuse me. Now over to Kidd. Kidd with the jumper. It's good! Brindley Kidd!
2 points from Bryn Kidd.
And another full timeout taken with 1:07 remaining in regulation. Full timeout for Bradshaw Mountain, even though they're up by 12 points. Well, it is basketball, so everyone has to take timeouts. And again, boys game coming up after this one. And in between games, as I said before, we will hear from Prescott wrestling coach Sean Carbajal and Bradshaw wrestling coach Brad Grauberger. Lady Bears looking to go 7-5 in region play and win the season series over Prescott. That is if you include the Lady Badger Winter Classic game they were involved in. And why not include it? It was a game. So Lady Bears ready to head back out on the court with $1:07 to go in the fourth quarter. Bradshaw Mountain on the verge of a 4-game winning streak as Dalton gets it over to Rudy with 1 minute to go in regulation, almost stolen by Kidd. Dalton with the ball. Now over to LeBlanc. LeBlanc in the paint, takes the shot. Ball up in the air. LeBlanc gets it back. Rolls off the rim, no good. LeBlanc again with it. And it looks like LeBlanc got hacked going up, and she'll go to the line. So barring the mother of all comebacks, Prescott will extend its losing streak to 4 in a row as LeBlanc up to the line. Actually, no, they're going to say it was a non-shooting foul. Okay, then, never mind. Now to Hudman for 3, no good, and rebounded by Brindley Kidd. Kidd hurrying down the court. Now he's kind of standing in place and dribbling the ball, just running off the clock here with 34 ticks to go. Over to Newton. And it looks like it's going to be stall ball here the rest of the way, I would imagine. Woolley with it, bouncer over to Kidd. Yeah, Bears aren't in any hurry to make a shot. However, it looks like we're going to, whoa! Holly Dalton looked like she was going for the throat of Casey Clinton on that one. I don't think that was intentional. I think she was trying to get the ball, but. So here comes Holly Dalton. Down to the far side. Over to Rudy. Long pass over to Riley for 3, no good. But Hutman comes up the rebound, turns, shoots off balance, no good. Clinton gets the rebound, gets it over to Sierra Woolley, and that will bring the game to an end. Bradshaw Mountain with the victory, 39-27 over Prescott. Folks, again, we invite you to stick around for the boys' game coming up in about 10 or 15 minutes. In the meantime, we will hear from the Prescott and Bradshaw wrestling coaches, Sean Carbajal and Brad Grauberger, about tomorrow's sectional meet. I'm John Rust, folks. I'll see you on the other side with the boys' game.
You home already?
Yeah, it's just too nasty to be out and about. I think I'll just have Olson's for Healthy Animals in Prescott deliver the stuff we need.
What's that? Pet food deliveries?
This is Steve Sischke with Olson's for Healthy Animals, and yes, you heard that right. Pet food, pet supply, and birdseed deliveries within 10 miles of our Prescott store to your door, and delivery is free on orders over $25. You just call our Prescott store at 445-1664, give our cashier your order, pay by credit card, and we'll have it to you the same day if you order in the morning before we leave.
Okay, but don't you want to see us in your store?
Yeah, but sometimes you just can't make it here when you need the food and other goodies. Or you just need some muscle to load it into the storage bins at your house. This delivery service will take care of that. And once again, it's free on deliveries over $25 within 10 miles of Olson's Prescott store. And as an added bonus, you'll get Olson's Good Enough Just Isn't service, because we have an incredible delivery driver. See you at your house.
I'm joined tonight by Sean Carbajal. He is the head coach of the Prescott wrestling team. Coach, thank you very much for joining us here on our live stream of Prescott and Bradshaw Mountain basketball tonight.
Thank you for having me on.
So, Coach, this is it. This weekend, Prescott is up at Payson. You guys compete in the sectional meet. And just tell us how you feel the Badgers are looking as you get set to kick off the postseason.
We're looking great. We're feeling healthy. We got a full team. We're going to take a full team over to sectionals. And we're doing really well. The guys are peaking right at the right time. And based off of, some of our performances the last couple of weeks, I just feel like we're ready to roll it at Payson.
And, of course, you guys, your most recent matches, you had a couple of duels over at Mojave, did very well there, taking down Parker and Mojave. Then, of course, you were in the Legler Cup with all the local teams, got wins over Bradshaw and Mare, and had one heck of a battle against Chino Valley.
Yeah, it was a battle. It came down to, they're real tough at the lightweights, and we're tough at the heavies and in the middle. And, a match could have swung it either way, but they ended up coming out on the winning end. But, it gives us something to push for at sectionals. That's where it's going to really matter, is at sectionals and state.
And I think we're all familiar with just how well all three of our wrestling teams have been doing here in the Tri-City area. You guys have put together a good season. Bradshaw's put together a good season. So has Chino Valley. All three of you competing in the same section. But along with Chino and Bradshaw Mountain, who are some of the other tough schools you're going to have to face up there at Payson?
We have one of the toughest sections in the state. We have Snowflake, Sholo, a lot of those schools up on the rim. They're just wrestling schools. Payson, all those schools are tough. Those are wrestling communities, and they're tough to compete with. But we're a wrestling community as well, and we can go over there and wrestle with those guys.
And for Prescott, it seems like some of the guys who've really been leading the way for you this year are Lincoln Eby, who took 5th place at a recent tournament you guys were in. Also, you've had Colton Thomas, Kobe Coates, and Gentry Smith, who I believe is just a freshman, putting in some pretty impressive performances for you here this season.
Yeah, those guys are our hammers, and they've been, they carry us through the duels, and they're doing well. We took our team to the toughest, tournaments in the state. This by far has been the toughest schedule that Prescott's ever seen. And those guys are coming through. We didn't come out with as many medals, but, the guys were making it all the way to the blood round. They're doing well. And we did come away with a couple medals at each of those tournaments, but the reason we took them there is we want to see the toughest kids in the state. So when we roll into the state tournament, it's nothing we haven't seen before. So that's kind of my method to, taking us to those tough tournaments.
So what do you think it's going to take for Prescott to have a whole bunch of people up at the podium there at sectionals, and for us to see a lot of blue and gold compete at the state meet, which will be over in Prescott Valley at the Finley Toyota Center?
We need guys to step up and win matches. We can't give away anything. This is when it really counts. And, I think our guys are going to be primed and ready. And they know how important it is, and they know that, they've got to, even to get to the state tournament, they got to punch their ticket. And I think that's, our guys are ready, and that's what they're going to do.
Okay. Well, Coach Carbajal, I want to thank you very much for joining us here on our Prescott Bradshaw Mountain basketball live stream. And best of luck to the Badgers on the mat this weekend up in Payson for the sectional meet.
Yeah, thank you. Go Badgers.
I enjoy informing and educating people. It makes for a better country and a brighter future.
Rush Limbaugh.
Whatever's hot and whatever matters, guaranteed we will be talking about it. A man, a living legend, a way of life.
The Mandarin of Talk Radio. Rush.
Also known as the scariest and most dangerous man in America to the American left, and that's because I'm right.
The most listened to talk radio program in the universe.
Weekdays at 10 a.m. on the News 1490 and 103.5 FM.
I'm talking with Brad Grauberger. He is the head coach of the Bradshaw Mountain Wrestling Team. Coach, thank you very much for joining us here tonight on our Prescott and Bradshaw Mountain basketball live stream.
Hey, John, nice to talk to you. Good to be here.
And, Coach, of course, tomorrow it's a big one for the Bradshaw Wrestling Team. You guys are in the sectional meet, and I believe that's up in Payson for you guys, right?
It is. It's up in Payson. Wrestling starts at 11, and it should go quickly. It's 13 teams trying to qualify for the state tournament. The top 4 in each weight class head down to the arena here in Prescott Valley the following weekend.
And for Bradshaw Mountain, it has been one heck of a season, probably one of the most successful seasons we've seen so far from the Bears on the mat in quite a long time. So what do you attribute all the wins that the Bears have racked up to this year?
It's been a good year. I think our long perseverance, these kids that are seniors, I have 4 of them, and they've managed to be good leaders by just continuing to come back each year as things got tougher, as we traveled in the off season, as we progressed through a tough regular season. They set a good tone for our underclassmen who are doing great also, and they work just as hard. So, we can attribute it just basically to hard work and kind of a good old-fashioned blue-collar approach where these kids just love to work hard. They love to wrestle, and they love to get after it on the mat.
And, of course, some of your top guys for this year so far, you've got Mike Kelly at 195 pounds, Blake Hunemeyer, he is at 126 pounds, Nick Foshi, another one at 160, David Medville, another one of those wrestling Medvilles at 138 pounds, and Peyton Hines doing a good job for you at heavyweights. So just talk a little bit more about the effort that they've put in for you to make this a successful season for Bradshaw.
Blake and Michael, I just saw, were recently ranked in the top 5 in the state in their weight class. Problem with Blake is the other 4 are from his division, so he's going to have a heck of a go just at his weight class to qualify for state. It might get easier when he gets to state, but both those guys are pushing 50 wins this year. The other guys are pushing 40 wins, and when you wrestle the schedule we do, that's a heck of an accomplishment. You don't get a whole lot of gimmies where we wrestle. So they've done a good job. All those guys have done great, and we hope to send Owen Alvarez back to state. Last year he qualified. This year we hope to send him back also. He's kind of been injured a little bit and fighting his way back, but he's feeling pretty good this week and hoping to get back to the state tournament along with Nick. Nick qualified last year as a freshman. So, it's been a great year. Our underclassmen are really overachieving, and our upperclassmen are, like I said, setting a good tone. So we've kind of fit together real well. I think we've won, John, 24 duels and only lost about 10, something like that, which we're not really a great dual meet team because we're giving up about 12 points a dual meet. So whenever we face off with someone, since we're giving up a couple weight classes this year, we're always a little bit behind the 8 ball. So considering it's been a pretty good year, I'm happy. This has been great. They're good kids too, so we're happy where we're at.
And so what are some of the things you're going to be doing in the room this week to get ready for sectionals?
Always during sectionals, we start the week off tough. We want to set the tone that we're going to have to earn every win we get. That's been our approach ever since we've been here. We earn everything. Then towards the end, we taper off a little bit. We obviously don't want guys hurt. We want to make sure everybody's healthy, but we still want to be able to maintain our, I guess you'd say, fluidity on the mat and make sure we're ready to go. So mentally, towards the end of the week, we're focusing more physically towards the front. But we're hoping for the best. I mean, we haven't won a region title at our school ever in wrestling. I think it's the only sport. So, you know what? I told the kids the other day, you just never know, guys. I think if everybody on our team wrestles to the best of their ability, we've got a shot to finish at least in the top 3. And you never know, we could be a sleeper this year. We obviously have some tough teams with Chino Valley, Sholo, Snowflake, Prescott. All those guys are tough. It seems like all the teams are evenly balanced this year. I think some are a little bit stronger with some good, strong individuals, but you just never know. It's wrestling, and we look to overachieve, and we look to do our best this weekend.
Okay, well, Coach Grauberger, we want to thank you very much for joining us here on our Prescott Bradshaw Mountain live stream of basketball, and best of luck to you and the Bears on the mat this weekend at the sectional meet in Payson.
Thanks, John. I appreciate it. Thanks for covering us. We appreciate you, man.
You got it, Coach. Have yourself a good day.
All right, take care.
Hey, folks, welcome back to Prescott High School. John Rust with you here as we get set for our second game of our Prescott Bradshaw doubleheader. It will be the Prescott and Bradshaw boys going at it. However, it's going to be a little late getting that game started as we are in the middle of senior night. And Prescott has 5 senior players that they are going to honor tonight. We already had several senior members of the cheerleading squad that were honored before the Prescott basketball players were honored. And the 5 seniors for Prescott this year are Jacob Carter, Dylan Boyd, Colin Hicks, Isaiah Carmen, and Corey Schwartz. And also given recognition was the team manager, and that is Aaron Green, who I'm sure you remember from football season. And, well, Aaron's going to keep on playing football after he leaves Prescott, and certainly a big-time congratulations to Aaron, as this week he signed to play for San Diego State University. It'll be great to see Aaron playing on a Saturday afternoon for the Aztecs. And certainly Aaron gave a lot of really good memories to the Prescott football fans here during his time on varsity, including, of course, well, the Prescott Bradshaw Mountain football game that we had for you a few months ago, where Aaron Green dragged about 3 players into the end zone in the last minute of regulation in order to get the touchdown and get the win for Prescott in that one. Well, it was a good memory for Prescott fans, but for the Bradshaw fans listening, not so good a memory. So Corey Schwartz, the final senior to be honored here tonight during senior night, and we will see more of Corey Schwartz this spring because he will be on the baseball team, and we do plan to live stream select Prescott baseball games for you throughout the spring, along with some Bradshaw Mountain baseball games and Prescott and Bradshaw Mountain softball games as well. So a lot of plans for our live streaming continuing through the spring. And of course, along with baseball, Corey Schwartz has just done a phenomenal job on the basketball team this year. Corey Schwartz, in fact, averaging double-doubles for both points scored and rebounds per game. In fact, coming into tonight, Corey Schwartz averaging 14.2 points per game and also 13 rebounds per game. And those 13 rebounds per game, that puts Schwartz as number 1 in the Grand Canyon region in that category. So again, folks, going to be a bit of a delay here getting started with our game, as now both teams heading out onto the court to do their warm-ups, and it'll probably be about 11 and a half minutes or so if they ever start the clock, if they ever restart the clock here. And again, some of the other seniors for Prescott tonight, we had Jacob Carter. Jacob Carter's been doing a very good job for Prescott coming off the bench this year. Had a couple of key buckets, made some key plays for him throughout the season. Also, Dylan Boyd. He's also been doing a pretty fair job coming here to basketball. And Dylan Boyd, well, he, of course, really made his mark in football this season. In fact, Dylan Boyd, his quarterbacking skills, not just his quarterbacking skills, but also the job he did in the secondary earned him Grand Canyon Region Player of the Year honors. And he has certainly made a lot of good contributions for the Prescott basketball team this year. Also on senior night, Colin Hicks. He was also honored by Prescott. Colin Hicks, another guy who's done a very good job coming off the bench for Prescott. Isaiah Carmen hasn't gotten too much playing time, but certainly has given it his all every time he has gotten in the lineup. When we already mentioned Corey Schwartz and the job he has done for Prescott basketball this year. Again, averaging over 14 points per game, 13 rebounds per game. In fact, certainly Corey Schwartz, one guy Bradshaw Mountain going to have to look out for tonight, as the first game between these two squads, Corey Schwartz netted 13 points for Prescott and also grabbed 10 rebounds in that game. And by the way, that game did wind up as a win for Prescott. Final score there, 53-46. And Prescott, well, they certainly would like a win tonight. Now, what that would do for their playoff possibilities, probably not much, sad to say. As we go into tonight, the Badgers are number 35 in power points. It's the top 24 teams that make it to the state playoffs. And, of course, with just 2 games left, including tonight, Prescott could win tonight. They could win Tuesday at Mojave, and that probably will not be enough to move them into one of those top 24 spots. Bradshaw Mountain, meanwhile, they are in a much better position to head on to the state playoffs. Bradshaw Mountain enters the game at number 17 in power points. And, again, Bradshaw could probably lose the next 2 games, and they still might be able to make it in. But, of course, if you're Bradshaw Mountain, you want to win at least one of these next 2 games and certainly solidify your spot in the state playoffs. As far as the rest of the Grand Canyon region goes, coming in at number 13 is Coconino in power points. Right behind them, their rival Flagstaff at number 16. Lee Williams, they're at number 22. Lee Williams, they do play Mojave tonight. And, of course, Mojave, they are number 37 in power points. So certainly Lee Williams with a very good chance to get the win here tonight and improve their positioning for the state play-in round. And by the way, that state play-in round will take place next Friday. That is for teams ranked number 9 to number 24. So they will duke it out to see who gets into the state tournament proper, the Sweet 16, if you will. Meanwhile, on the girls' side, their state play-in round begins next Thursday. And given the loss that Prescott suffered to Bradshaw Mountain earlier, and Prescott just being number 29 in state PowerPoint rankings, it's more than likely that Prescott, their playoff hopes are done. Bradshaw Mountain, meanwhile, the girls were number 21 in PowerPoints. So this win tonight, I would say that definitely has gone a long way to solidifying their chances of playing next Thursday in the play-in round. Again, the final score in the girls' game, 39-27, Bears over the Badgers. Giving you the final point tallies for both sides. For the victorious Bears, leading the way there with 16 points was Sierra Woolley. 7 points for Kendall Newton, 6 points for Brindley Kidd, and 5 points for Peyton Bradshaw. Meanwhile, on the Prescott side of the ledger, no Badger scored in double digits. The closest one was Kira Riley with 9 points. Holly Dalton racked up 7 points tonight. Then it's Jamie Hutton, 5 points, and Elisa LeBlanc with 4 points. So again, it does look like Prescott will not be playing beyond Tuesday, and that's probably going to be both the boys and the girls. Again, as I mentioned before, the Prescott boys ranked at number 35 in power points. Bradshaw Mountain at number 17. So in all likelihood, it looks like Bradshaw Mountain will be moving on in round next Friday. So best of luck to them. Also, best of luck to the Prescott girls soccer team who ended their season yesterday. The Lady Badgers, number 1 in the state, number 1 in the Grand Canyon region. First time in a decade Prescott has won the region title in girls soccer, and also unbeaten during the regular season. In fact, the Lady Badgers only gave up 2 goals the entire regular season. So an incredible effort there for Prescott to come away as region champs. And they don't have to worry about a state play-in round. In fact, they will be in the Sweet 16 right here at Prescott High School next Saturday at 2 p.m. Their opponent to be determined. Also, folks, want to remind you to tune in to the Tri-City Sports Roundup tomorrow morning at 8:06 right here on the News 1490 AM, 103.5 FM, KYCA, Prescott, Arizona, USA, where our time is 7:03. Again, we have a few minutes to go before tip-off. Again, our start time here delayed for the boys' game as Prescott was celebrating senior night. And again, for the Tri-City Sports Roundup tomorrow, we are going to have 3 members of the Yavapai College softball team in the studio. We'll have Sonoy Helenihi, Megan Parsley, and Esperanza Rodriguez. So they will talk about their season so far. Here we are in early February, and the Lady Riders softball team already with 12 games under their belt. Would have been 13, but their second game of the doubleheader down at Pima College earlier this week got suspended due to darkness. I guess they don't have any lights there at that softball field at Pima College. Oh, well. So we'll be hearing from Sonoy, Megan, and Esperanza tomorrow morning on the Tri-City Sports Roundup, 8:06 News, 1490 AM, 103.5 FM, and, of course, online at kyca.info. Speaking of kyca.info, go there Tuesday night at 5:30. We will be live streaming the Prescott Mojave girls and boys basketball games. Again, 5:30 tip-off for the girls, 7 o'clock for the boys. That will be Jason Zinzaletta giving you the play-by-play on those games. And actually, that will be our last with Bradshaw Mountain. And then, of course, come the spring, we plan on bringing you some selected live streams of Prescott and Bradshaw Mountain baseball and softball. And speaking of Prescott baseball, we're going to hear from Prescott coach Kent Winslow during halftime of the boys' game. Back during the halftime of the girls' game, we heard from Sharon Hayes, the coach for Bradshaw Mountain softball. And, of course, we heard from both wrestling coaches for Prescott, Sean Carbajal and Brad Grauberger. Prescott and Bradshaw, they will be in the sectional meet tomorrow up at Payson, the last step before the state tournament. And the state tournament actually right next door to us over in Prescott Valley. That will be taking place once again at the Findlay Toyota Center next Friday and Saturday. So it's always good to be able to have our local wrestlers out there and be able to watch them and cheer them on as they go for those medals, even go for state championships. And I'll tell you, the past several years, our area has produced quite a few state champions. There was the one year Chino Valley had 3 state champs on its team: Gary Medville, Kendall Foster, and Spencer Coffin. Of course, right here at Prescott High School, well, they've had quite a few state champions. The Vaughn brothers come to mind. Daniel Hernandez, a 3-time state champ here at Prescott High School, who was also named the KYCA Tri-City Sports Roundup #1 male athlete of the decade. John Dwyer, another one. Also Jake Jacobs, he was another state champion for Prescott. And again, they have done, and of course, Sean Carbajal himself, he was a state champ during his wrestling days here at Prescott. So who knows if any more state champions will be crowned. Bradshaw Mountain, well, they're looking for their first state champion in wrestling in a very long time. And certainly Coach Brad Grauberger has turned around that program immensely over the past 4 or 5 years. Of course, we're going to hear from him of course, we already heard from him during the intermission between our games. So best of luck to the Badgers and Bears on the mat coming up tomorrow and, of course, next Saturday during the state tournament. Warm-ups almost done here for Prescott and Bradshaw Mountain. And we are almost set for our second game of our basketball doubleheader. Again, the Bradshaw girls coming away victorious in their game, 39-27 is the final score in that one. And by the way, while we have a chance here, want to give a big shout out to none other than Doug Beilfuss, former head coach here at Bradshaw Mountain High School and now assistant coach for the Embry-Riddle men's basketball team, and his son Kelly playing for Bradshaw Mountain. Well, Coach Beilfuss, he is watching this game over in Merced, California, where the Embry-Riddle men and women are getting ready to take on UC Merced tomorrow. So best of luck to the Eagles and Lady Eagles in that matchup. You know, we mentioned senior night here celebrated at Prescott High School. Well, next Tuesday will be the senior night for Bradshaw Mountain boys. And they have quite a few seniors on their squad. Danny Perez for one. Trip Nestor, who's been doing a fantastic job for the Bears. He's another. Also TJ Stiegel, Jake Platt, Devin Banda, and the aforementioned Kelly Beilfuss. So they will all be honored next Tuesday when Bradshaw Mountain hosts Desert Edge in the regular season finale. As right now it is national anthem time here at Prescott High School. And it will be the men's choir here doing the national anthem at Prescott High School. And that was the national anthem performed by the Prescott High School Men's Choir. One of their members, also a member of the Prescott basketball team, and that would be Isaiah Carmen, one of the seniors that were honored before tonight's game, as starting lineups being announced. And well, the Prescott student section, well, they are letting the boos rain down on the Bradshaw Mountain players. Carter John, he's one of the starters tonight for the Bears. Trip Nestor, he's also getting the start tonight. Devin Banda, third starter for Bradshaw tonight. Jordan Massis, he's also starting. And Jordan wearing number 25 tonight. Also wearing a different number tonight is Nate Summit, normally 35. He is number 33. Some of the Bears do have different numbers for their road jerseys compared to their home jerseys. As now it's the Prescott side applauding. Well, meanwhile, the Bradshaw Mountain student section, all of them have their backs turned to Prescott right now as they go through the starting lineups. Jacob Carter, one of the starters tonight for Prescott, along with Dylan Boyd. Colin Hicks also getting the start tonight for Prescott. Also starting for Prescott, Isaiah Carmen. Corey Schwartz, so it will be an all-senior starting lineup tonight for Prescott in honor of senior night. And by the way, good to see Jordan Massis for Bradshaw back on the court. And for those of you tuning into our live stream, you probably see the face mask on Jordan Massis, number 25. He broke his nose in a recent game. In fact, in our live stream Tuesday of Bradshaw and Mojave basketball, Massis was not even suited up as he was recovering from that broken nose. But now it looks like he is recovered. He's ready to play, and we are finally ready to play here tonight. Longer intermission than anticipated because of senior night, but both sides out on the court. Prescott in the home whites, Bradshaw in the road reds. Schwartz and Summit in the tip-off circle, and it's Bradshaw Mountain that wins it, and we're underway with the boys' game. Massis over to Banda. Now to Trip Nestor, moving inside, through traffic, taking the shot, no good, rebounded by Summit. Summit, on team, gets out to Nestor, now to Banda. Banda over to Nestor. Goes inside to Summit. Summit turning around against Corey Schwartz. Now taking the shot through traffic, and traveling called against Nate Summit. So it's Prescott. Jacob Carter has the ball, bringing it past the half-court line over to Dylan Boyd on the far side. Now to Colin Hicks. Hicks over to Carter. Carter trying to get around Carter John. Now Dylan Boyd. Into the paint, taking the running shot, and gets the good roll, does Dylan Boyd, and Prescott strikes first. 2-zip Badgers. Here come the Bears. Trip Nestor with the ball. Over to Jordan Massis. Now Carter Jenner. Banda loses the ball, but John picks it back up. Bradshaw works it around to Jordan Massis. Now he moves inside, taking the running shot. It's good! Jordan Massis for 2. And we're all tied up 2-2, 6:45 to go in the first quarter. Jacob Carter with the pass over to Boyd. Now to Schwartz for 3! Rolls off the rim, and it's Isaiah Carmen who comes up with the rebound. Now bouncer over to Boyd. Boyd guarded by Jordan Massis. He backs out. Now moves in. Massis there to cut him off. And it looks like the ball gets tipped off the fingers of Massis and goes out of bounds into the Bradshaw bench. So Dylan Boyd will inbound for Prescott. Gets it over to Schwartz. Boyd Now goes for three, no good. Loose ball, and Jacob Carter gets it before it goes out of bounds. Now to Schwartz at the far corner. Colin Hicks all by himself under the basket. Can't put it in on the second shot, but it looks like Hicks got fouled going up. So that'll be number 42, Devin Banda, who gets hit with the foul for Bradshaw Mountain. Colin Hicks up to the line, looking to give the Badgers back the lead with 6:10 to go in the first quarter. And Hicks' first shot from the line is good. Shot number 2 coming up for the senior, Colin Hicks. That one is also good. Wait. No, I think they're going to say lane violation. So the shot does not count. And Prescott won now, 3-2. Devin Banda with the ball for the Bears. Pass on the inside to Nate Summit. Now to Banda. Trip Nestor with it. Carter John moves inside under double team, taking the shot, and no good on that. And looks like we get a whistle on the play. And it looks like Dylan Boyd going to get called for a push as Sam Yeager and Jason Parent check into the game. Carmen and Boyd out. Carter John will take it out for the Bears. Gets it into Nestor at the near corner. Nestor looking for someone to pass it to. Finally gets it inside. Stolen by Jason Parent. Now to Yeager. But Yeager uses the ball. And Trip Nestor gets it. Jordan Massis from the far side. Trying to get around Parent. Parent knocks away the shot. Sam Yeager gets it. Yeager past the half-court line over to Carter. Jason Parent near corner. Comes inside, gets the jumper, it's good! Jason Parent for 2. 5-2, Prescott increases its lead with 5:10 to go in the first quarter. Bouncer over to Jordan Massis at the far side. Now Carter John thought about a 3. Bouncer on the inside and a push from behind. I think that's going to go against Jacob Carter. So that's his first of the night. Jacob Carter, who missed most of last season with a broken leg, he has come back and he has been a great contributor off the bench for Prescott. Loose ball, who's going to pick it up? Sam Yeager does. Yeager to the far side. Now moving in through traffic, taking the shot, no good. Trip Nestor gets the rebound for Bradshaw. Jordan Massis at the near side. Now Nestor near the top of the key. And traveling called against Nestor. As Milop Owens will come into the game for Prescott, replacing Jacob Carter with 4:40 to go in the first quarter. 5-2. Prescott on top of Bradshaw Mountain. Parent over to Milop Owens. Owens at the logo. Now over to Yeager, far corner, back to Jason Parent. Parent, guarded by Banda. Now to Owens. Parent for 3! It's good! Jason Parent on target for the 3. And it's 8-2 Prescott. Devin Banda with it now for Bradshaw Mountain. Now Carter John. Banda moving into the paint, taking the shot. No good, rolls off the rim and into the hands of Sam Yeager. Now a little backdoor pass over to Milop Owens, to Parent. Parent for 3! It's good! Jason Parent locked onto the basket from beyond the arc. And it's 11-2 Prescott as timeout called by Coach Blair Hillig of Bradshaw Mountain. And it will be a full timeout for Bradshaw Mountain. So let's take a 30-second break here with the score 11-2. Bradshaw Mountain will be, or excuse me, 11-2. Prescott over Bradshaw Mountain. We'll be back after this.
Every child, every day, in the heart of everybody's hometown for over 150 years.
PUSD has a multitude of programs for what your child already loves and the talents they have yet to discover.
Engaging and hands-on curriculum.
Building positive relationships.
21st century education in technology and the arts.
Quality certified teachers and staff.
We educate the whole child.
Rooted in spirit and tradition, we invite you to join us.
Back here at Prescott High School, under the dome, John Rust with you as the Badgers have gotten out to an 11-2 lead over Bradshaw Mountain with 3:46 to go in the first quarter. Jason Parent nailing 2 trays. He already has 8 points in this game. Bradshaw Mountain with the ball. Trip Nestor has it. Over to Banda. Now Carter John trying to get around Parent. John falls down and going to be a block against Parent, and Parent does not like that call at all. He went up to the referee going, come on, you got to be kidding me. And the Prescott fans do not like that call one bit. Even Coach Travis Stedman just kind of throws up his hands like, oh, come on, man, got to be kidding me. Carter John from the near corner bounces it over to Nestor. Now to Banda. Bradshaw just working it around. Bears down 11-2 here in the opening frame. Nestor on the inside gets it over to Summit. Summit trying to get around Corey Schwartz. Misses the basket, but it looks like Schwartz is going to get hit with a foul. And he is. So now Nate Summit up to the line. Summit, he has gone 6 straight games without scoring in double digits. Got close Tuesday night versus Mojave with 9. First shot by Summit. Big guy misses on that one. Still 11-2 Prescott. Second shot coming up for Summit. Summit, who did miss a little bit of time last month with the flu. And Summit connects on that one. 11-3 now in favor of Prescott as Jacob Brown checks into the game for the Badgers. Prescott brings the ball down court in front of a packed gymnasium here at Prescott High School. To Schwartz on the inside, through double team, takes the shot, no good, but Schwartz got fouled going up. So now Schwartz will go to the line. Nate Summit picking up the foul for Bradshaw Mountain as Schwartz. First shot from the line is good. And Prescott up now 12-3. Second shot coming up for Schwartz. That one misses. And who's going to get the rebound? It will be Nate Summit. And now Nestor going to bring it up for Bradshaw Mountain with 2:50 to go in the first quarter. 12-3, Badgers on top. Carter John. John now moving into the paint through traffic, taking the shot, no good. Shot blocked by Jason Parent. Now Sam Yeager with it. Yeager going up to the basket, taking the shot off the glass, no good. Nate Summit gets the rebound. And we have a whistle on the play, and it looks like Sam Yeager is going to get called for a foul, and Yeager shaking his head like, no way, man, no way. So Nestor to inbound to Banda with 2:28 left to go in the first quarter, 12-3, Prescott on top. Banda moving inside. Loses the ball, goes out of bounds, and it will still be Bradshaw possession. Looks like Carter John will inbound for the Bears. Over to Massis for three. It's good! Jordan Massis with a huge tray. And it's 12-6 as Bradshaw cuts the Prescott lead in half. Brown to Yeager. Jason Parent with it, comes inside, through traffic, taking the shot. It's good! Jason Parent, unstoppable! 14-6, Prescott increases its lead with 1:45 to go in the opening frame. Carter John over to Banda. Nestor on the inside to Summit. Summit trying to get around Corey Schwartz. He turns, can't get the shot, and traveling called against Nate Summit. Good defense there by Corey Schwartz as he will check out of the game. Coming in to replace him will be Tucker Koenig. And a bunch of the Prescott fans shouting at Nate Summit, "You can't do that." Milap Owens hands it off to Yeager. Yeager trying to get around Platt, but Platt steals the ball away. Now a bouncer to Nestor. Nestor takes it off the glass. It's good! Trip Nestor for two. And the Bradshaw offense starting to heat it up here. 14-8, Bears down by 6. Milap Owens coming on the inside now, kicks that one out to Brown. Brown moves in, gets the jumper. It's good! Jacob Brown gets 2 and doubles Prescott's lead to 16-8. 53 seconds to go in the first quarter. Jake Platt with it now for Bradshaw. And Platt gets Tang. Yeager falls to the floor. Both of them fall to the floor, but Yeager comes up with the foul. And I don't think Yeager liked that call very much. He looked over at Coach Travis Stedman, and yeah, he's kind of slapping hands very, very emphatically, and that's Yeager's second foul tonight. Yeager, before he went to the bench, looked over at Coach Stedman, and he's going, "Can't be a block." That's well, it's a word I can't say on the air. I don't know if he actually said it, but he was probably thinking it. Nestor to inbound in front of the Badger bench. Now to Massis, hands it off to Nestor. Shot by Nestor, gets it off the glass for 2. Trip Nestor, and it's 16-10 in favor of Bradshaw Mountain. By the way, Kelly Bilefus into the game for Bradshaw. Milap Owens, far corner, rushes inside, goes for the shot, gets blocked. And it looks like Milap Owens gonna take a little trip up to the charity stripe. And it's Kelly Bilefus who picks up the foul for Bradshaw Mountain. Owens, first shot from the line, comes up short. Tucker Koenig back into the game for Prescott. Owens will try for shot number 2 from the charity stripe. Milap Owens averaging 10.6 points per game. It's actually not for 8th place in the Grand Canyon region in scoring. Gets the point there, does Owens. And it's 17-10. Bradshaw Mountain down by 7. As Colin Hicks back into the game for Prescott. 24 seconds to go in the first stanza. And here come the Bears. Devin Banda over to Jake Platt. To Banda. Bradshaw working it around. Carter John now going for 3. It's good! Carter John, his first tray of the night. And it's 17-13, Bradshaw down by 4. 1 second to go. Milap Owens through traffic. Can't get the shot off before the horn sounds. And that does it for the first quarter of action with our score. Prescott 17 and Bradshaw Mountain 13. So we'll go ahead and take a break, and we'll be back right after this.
Weikert Realtor CLA is painting the town yellow. Hi, this is Colleen McElmel, the owner and broker for Weikert Realtor CLA. Do you have a 2020 vision of selling your home and moving into your new dream home? or downsizing to a more simple, all that you need home. Weichert Realtor CLA has a team backed by a 50-year proven selling system to make your vision a reality. Our selling system is unique and effective. We recently sold a home with multiple offers in one day during an open house. And when you go with Weichert Realtor CLA, we offer in-house loan applications, escrow, and notary services, available to make the process as simple and painless as possible. And if you're a veteran or first responder, Weichert Realtor CLA offers a 10% discount to thank you for your service. Interest rates are low and the market is hot. Let's make your 2020 vision a reality. Call 499-2244. That's Weichert Realtor CLA at 499-2244. We sell more because we do more. Look for the bright yellow signs.
Hey folks, welcome back to Prescott High School. John Rust with you here. Thank you very much for joining us on our KYCA live stream of Prescott and Bradshaw Mountain basketball. Second quarter underway. Prescott with the ball. Colin Hicks has it. Hicks with the pass over to Milop Owens. Now Owens goes for three, but can't pull it off. Whistle on the play on that one. And Corey Schwartz actually got called for a foul, and Coach Travis Stedman of Prescott questioning that call. 7 fouls called against the Badgers here in the first half. Just 3 for Bradshaw Mountain. Devin Banda inbounds it to Trip Nestor. Bradshaw works it around over to Jordan Massis. Now back to Banda. Banda has to back out as he's guarded by Owens. Over to Nestor. Nestor on the inside to Carter John. John guarded by Parent. Turns. Fadeaway jumper. It's good! Carter John nailing the bucket. And it's a 2-point game. Prescott 17, Bradshaw Mountain 15. Jason Parent gets it over to Milop Owens. Carter with the ball. Now over to Colin Hicks for three. No good. But Dylan Boyd gets the rebound for Prescott and hands it off to Jacob Carter. Now to Owens on the far side. Pass on the inside to Parent. Parent turns, shoots through traffic. It's good! Nice bank shot by Jason Parent. 19-15 to score. Prescott up by 4. 6:49 to go in the second quarter. Devin Banda with it for Bradshaw Mountain. Now over to Nestor. Jordan Massis on the far side. Back to Nestor. Carter John for three. No good. And John almost got his own rebound, but Jacob Carter gets it and push called. And I think that's going to go against Carter John. It will. So a battle of the Carters down there on the far side, and it's Jacob Carter who comes away better off for that one. Dylan Boyd will inbound for the Badgers. Gets that one over to Koenig. Now back to Boyd. Guarded by Massis. Now Boyd making his move to the inside. Hands it off to Colin Hicks. Hicks comes around to Jason Parent for three. No good. Nate Summit with the rebound for Bradshaw. Trip Nestor. Brings it past the half-court line with 6:10 to go in the second quarter. It's 19-15 Prescott. Massis on the inside, and it looks like he might have got roughed up a little bit there, and it was Dylan Boyd who commits the offense. Boyd, his second foul of the night. Jordan Massis will come up to the line for Bradshaw Mountain. Massis with 5 points tonight. And again, Jordan Massis back in uniform after he missed Tuesday's game against Mojave due to a broken nose. And he is wearing that face mask and misses on that one, but Summit gets the rebound, doesn't get the putback, it goes out of bounds, and a push is going to be called against Nate Summit. So now for fouls, it's Prescott with 8 and Bradshaw with 5. 2 fouls tonight so far for Summit. Here come the Badgers. Milop Owens now driving inside through traffic, taking the shot. Big block by Nate Summit. Like King Kong on a fighter plane, he nails that ball. So it will be Prescott to inbound with 5:52 to go in the second quarter. Again, 19-15 Badgers. Owens looking for somebody to get the ball to. Now gets it over to Jacob Carter. Now Milop Owens for three. It's good! Milop Owens nailing the three, and it's 22-15 Prescott. 3 trays tonight so far for Prescott. 1 by Owens just then, and 2 by Jason Parent. Now Carter John comes inside, and a nice little layup by Carter John getting the bucket. And it's a 5-point game. Badgers 22, Bears 17. Milop Owens with it for Prescott. To Jason Parent, under a double team. Now over to Hicks, back to Parent. Cross courts it over to Carter for three. It's good! Jacob Carter for the tray. And it's 28-17. Badgers up by 11. Nate Summit in the paint, taking the shot, gets blocked. And it looks like Summit going to go up to the line. Koenig with the foul. So it is Nate Summit making the first free throw. Second shot coming up for Summit. And that one is good. So 25-19 is the score. Now three-pointer for Parent, no good. Now Stiegel gets it over to Banda. Jake Platt coming inside, fadeaway jumper, doesn't get the good roll. Ball goes out of bounds as Hicks tried to prevent that. So 25-19 the score. Prescott over Bradshaw Mountain. Bradshaw to inbound, Summit to Banda. And now we get a foul called, and that'll be against Bradshaw Mountain. Jake Platt picking up the foul. And it will be Carter to take it out for Prescott with 4:28 left to go in the second quarter. Milop Owens bringing it up to the half-court line. Guarded by Banda. Now over to Jacob Carter. Jason Parent, pass on the inside to Schwartz, knocked away, but Schwartz is able to pick up the ball. Schwartz comes in, spins around against Summit, loose ball, Hicks has it, Carter. Now Jacob Carter, fadeaway jumper, no good. Who's going to get the rebound? Devin Banda gets it. And here comes Bradshaw. Banda working his way around Jason Parent. Now Carter John setting up the offense for Bradshaw. 3:40 to go in the second quarter, 25-19, Prescott on top. As Carter John takes a spill to the floor, and it looks like it was due to the elbow of Jacob Carter. And Carter very unhappy with that call, lets his coach know, and I think some of the Bradshaw fans wanted Carter teed up for that. So second foul called against Jacob Carter, and that will bring Carter John up to the line. Carter John with 7 points, for Bradshaw Mountain. Rolls off the rim, no good.
Carter John still has one more.
So Nate Summit out and Jordan Massis in now for the Bears. 3:37 remaining in the second quarter. Bears down by 6. It's 25-19. Carter John looking to pull the Bears closer. And that one gets the good bounce, so it's 25-20 as Trip Nestor comes into the game for the Bears. Jason Parent coming up to the half-court line for Prescott. Parent with 12 points tonight for the Badgers. Pass on the inside intended for Schwartz, but it gets knocked out of bounds by Bradshaw. And Belop Owens will inbound for Prescott. Owens hurls it over to Jacob Carter near the Badger logo. Hicks for three! Doesn't get the good bounce, but Corey Schwartz gets the putback! First field goal tonight for Schwartz, and it's 27-20 Prescott. Jordan Massis with the jumper. Off the rim, no good. Schwartz tried to come up with the rebound, goes out of bounds, but it looks like they're going to say Stiegel touched it. No, actually they're going to say it is Bradshaw possession. And Jake Platt will inbound. Nate Summit back into the game for Bradshaw Mountain with 3:06 to go in the second quarter, 27-20. Bears down by 7. Trip Nestor, he has the ball for the Bears. Now Massis over to Platt. Platt thought about a three. Now he's going to get that one over to Massis, to Banda. Massis has it. Pass on the inside to Summit. Grabs it with one hand. Tries to spin around against Schwartz. Now reverse layup, no good. And Corey Schwartz gets the rebound for Prescott. Elop Owens, top of the key. Gives a shove to Banda, but no call. Now almost loses the ball. Rolls that one over to Jacob Carter. Comes inside, and a push on Jake Platt by Jacob Carter, and that is going to be Carter's third foul. So Carter will come out of the game now. Sam Yeager back in for Prescott. 2:26 to go in the second quarter. By the way, Bears now in the double bonus. Prescott with 10 fouls. Devin Banda moving in. Bounces it out to Nestor. Out of Nate Summit. Guarded by Schwartz. Shoots over Schwartz. No good. Yeager with the rebound to Parent. And has the ball tipped out of his hands. But Parent keeps it in bounds. High up in the air. And who comes up with it? Loose ball. The Badgers get it. Over and back to call. And Coach Travis Stedman is beside himself. He does not agree with that call one bit. Coach Stedman letting the referee have it. Some of the assistant coaches pushing Coach Stedman away as he could be coming close to a technical. Coach Stedman, the Badger fans not liking that at all. And Coach Stedman still talking with one of the referees about that last over and back call. As Devin Banda misses, rolls off the rim, loose ball, who's going to get it? Carter John gets it. Now John drags one of the Badgers, and now we have two players on top of one another. And actually a couple of pats on the back between Carter John and Colin Hicks saying all is well. And now Coach Stedman, I think he wanted a foul there. As John and Hicks became entangled. And Coach Stedman really is not happy with the calls the officials are making right now. He's not afraid to let them know it. Now one of the referees discussing something with Coach Hillig, and I think Coach Hillig is wanting a foul against Colin Hicks. As now, actually, it looks like the Badgers have received a bench warning. And Coach Stedman asking that Koenig be put into the game. And Coach Stedman still talking it over with the officials. With 1:41 left to go in the second quarter, 27-20, Badgers on top. And Carter John to inbound for the Bears. Now Banda moving inside, kicks it out to John, going for three! It's good! Carter John makes it 27-23, Bears down by 4. Now Milop Owen to the ball for Prescott, hands off to Jason Parent. Parent for three! No good! Colin Hicks gets the rebound and shoves Jordan Massis down in the process. Now to Parent, Yeager for three! In and out of the basket. Hicks with the rebound. Over to Yeager. Now to Hicks. Back to Yeager. 1 minute to go in the first half. Yeager cut off by Banda to Milop Owens. And now Colin Hicks calling a timeout. After a hellacious last few minutes here in the second quarter. So a 30-second timeout here with the score 27-23. Prescott up by 4. Hey folks, tonight's game is sponsored by the Badgers' biggest fans, Prescott Unified School District. Every child, every day, in the heart of everyone's hometown for over 150 years. Support the Badgers with your Arizona tax credit dollars. Go to PrescottSchools.com. The cheerleaders entertain the crowd here during this break in the action. Badgers back out on the court. 48 seconds left to go in the first half. Again, folks, stick around for our halftime show as we will hear from Prescott baseball coach Kent Winslow, getting us ready for the season. And, of course, we will be live streaming some Prescott baseball games for you this spring. Jason Parent at the Badger logo. Sam Yeager with it. 40 seconds remaining in the half. Now Milop Owens coming inside, cut off by Banda, loses the ball, picks it back up under a double team. Over to Yeager. Yeager moving inside, through traffic, takes the shot, no good. Battle for the ball, and it looks like the call is going. And it looks like it's going to be a hold against Milop Owens. And this will, again, Bears in the double bonus, so this will bring Trip Nestor up to the line. Nestor already with 4 points tonight for Bradshaw Mountain. And Nestor makes his first shot. 27-24, Bears down by 3. Second shot coming up for Nestor. Misses on that one. Battle for the rebound, and it's Sam Yeager who comes up with it for the Badgers. Over to Owens. 18 seconds remaining in the first half. Badgers up by 3. Owens looking for someone to pass to Yeager. 4 seconds to go. Yeager moving inside. Dishes it off to Schwartz, and Schwartz gets fouled as he takes the shot. 1 second left to go, and Corey Schwartz will go up to the line. TJ Stiegel picks up the foul for Bradshaw Mountain. First shot coming up for Schwartz, who has 3 points tonight. He now has 4 points. Jordan Mass is coming out of the game in favor of Nate Summit. Actually, it's going to be Devin Banda who comes out of the game. Second shot coming up for Corey Schwartz. Misses on that one. Rebound by the Bears, but time expires. That's going to do it for the first half of action here at Prescott High School. Our score, the Badgers 28 and the Bears 24. Halftime here on our broadcast, so folks, stick around as we will bring you an interview with Prescott baseball coach Kent Winslow, and we'll also bring you some first half stats for you here on our live stream. here on the News 1490 AM, 103.5 FM, KYCA, Prescott, Arizona, USA, and also on KYCA.info. Again, folks, I'm John Rust. I will see you in a few.
You home already?
Yeah, it's just too nasty to be out and about. I think I'll just have Olson's for Healthy Animals in Prescott deliver the stuff we need.
What's that? Pet food deliveries?
This is Steve Sischke with Olson's for Healthy Animals, and yes, you heard right. Pet supply and birdseed deliveries within 10 miles of our Prescott store to your door, and delivery is free on orders over $25. You just call our Prescott store at 445-1664, give our cashier your order, pay by credit card, and we'll have it to you the same day if you order in the morning before we leave.
Okay, but don't you want to see us in your store?
Yeah, but sometimes you just can't make it here when you need the food and other goodies. Or you just need some muscle to load it into the storage bins at your house. This delivery service will take care of that. And once again, it's free on deliveries over $25 within 10 miles of Olson's Prescott store. And you'll get Olson's Good Enough just isn't service, because we have an incredible delivery driver. See you at your house.
I'm talking to Prescott baseball coach Kent Winslow. Kent, thank you very much for being with us here on our live stream of Prescott and Bradshaw Mountain basketball tonight.
Always a pleasure, John.
Well, Coach, even though we are concentrating on basketball right now, hard to believe, but in a few weeks, baseball season will be getting going at Prescott, and I believe starting next week is your first week of tryouts for the team.
Yeah, you can usually tell when the spring sports are starting up. There's usually a storm moving in, and it gets down in the teens, and the wind starts blowing. So it's kind of our time of year. So, yeah, we're ready to go on Monday.
And just tell us about some of the returners you have coming back to the team this year.
Guys that played varsity for us last year and played quite a bit. Most of them were starters full-time. A couple of them were part-time guys. But guys that have been with us for a few years, Luke Frederick will be his fourth year varsity for us. He'll play center and pitch for us, most likely hit second in the order. Corey Schwartz, who is obviously playing basketball at the moment, will be on the hill for us also. He'll be a third-year starter for us, and he'll probably hit fourth in the lineup and play first when he's not pitching. Jacob Police, another three-year guy, most likely play shortstop and pitch for us also, probably hitting a three-hole. Catching, we have Ashton Hubbs, will be his second year playing for us. Did a great job for us last year, and he'll probably hit in the middle of the lineup someplace also. Rhett Pearson, right field, will lead off and, play right. And when Luke pitches, he'll play center most likely. Cooper Wells in left, played most of the time last year. Will probably be the full-time left fielder for us also. Ethan Pena played a little bit of outfield last year for us and DH'd and pitched a little bit. He'll play second for us this year, and look for good things for him defensively and offensively. And then we have Colby Macbeth. He is going to play first, most likely, when Corey pitches, and will probably DH and fill in other spots, maybe in the outfield or other places. But, yeah, we have a good group coming back. I'm looking forward to it.
I was going to say, it sounds like you are definitely not lacking in the experience category, and I imagine that's got to do you well when it comes to hopefully making the state playoffs and going a little further than you have done in years past.
Yeah, we kind of like to do that. We, for some reason or another, haven't been able to get past the first round, but I think we've got a group that is kind of looking forward to that challenge. And I'm looking forward to it, too. I think it's going to be a great season. I really like the guys on the team. We got a lot of, like you said, returners, experience coming back, and very competitive. And I think they're going to be a good group to coach.
Again, you said you got 8 key guys coming back for this year. What about any guys moving up from JV that we might see on the varsity roster come 2020?
Yeah, we have a number of guys. We have a few guys off our freshman team and a few guys off our JV team. Off our JV team, we have Hunter Hayes that'll pitch and play first and hit. He's a left-handed kid that's a big kid and drives the ball pretty well from the left side. Luke McCausland, another junior up from the JVs, left-hand thrower and hitter. Again, has a chance to play in the outfield and possibly DH and play a little bit of first at times. Elvis Hopman will most likely be kind of our utility guy in the infield. He's got a great glove, very, very good defensive player. He'll play short when Jacob Police pitches and probably play third at times and probably play some second. He can kind of play any place we need him in the infield. And he, like I said, he just is an exceptional defensive player. So I know he'll definitely see some time. Sophomores that we have Corey Schwartz's younger brother, Ben Schwartz, and he'll probably see some time pitching for us. Showed real well this summer, has a really good arm, and really showed some good improvement through the fall. So I look to see him on the mound. And then we have two other guys. Peyton Little will be a backup catcher for us and possibly DH. Probably won't see a whole lot of time behind the plate just because Ashton is, going to be there quite a bit for us, but has a chance to pinch DH for us a little bit. And then the other one is Tyson Potts, and we're kind of waiting on him. He's had a little bit of arm trouble, so we're not sure if he's actually going to be able to play this year or not. But if he is, he'll be a real plus. He has a great chance for us on the hill, and we're just going to kind of wait and see on him. We're not going to rush anything. If it's a possibility, great. If not, we'll just kind of wait and get him going again when he's healthy. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We've got a really good group. I've really enjoyed working with them thus far, and expect good things from them.
Okay, and when is your first game of the season?
We open up the 26th in the Brophy tournament. I believe we open against Desert Ridge, so it'll be at Desert Ridge, and that'll be our first game. We play 4 games that week, to open up, and then we are very fortunate this year to play all of our non-region games at home, just because of snow out and a couple other things that got them all to here. So we get to play Tempe and Shadow Mountain, Saguaro, and Seton Catholic at home, and Buckeye once at home. So we only play one non-region game on the road, and that's the second game with Buckeye. So it's kind of nice. We'll have 11 regular season games at home. So, if people want to come out and freeze their tail off and watch us play, they're more than welcome. We always like having people in the stands for us. So hopefully we'll have a couple nice days and they can come out and see us.
Okay. Well, Coach, I want to thank you very much for joining us here on our Prescott Bradshaw Mountain Basketball live stream. And we certainly look forward to streaming Prescott baseball games on KYCA.info this spring.
Yeah, that sounds great, John. I really appreciate you doing that for us.
You got it, Coach. Have yourself a good one.
All right. Thanks, John.
I enjoy informing and educating people. It makes for a better country and a brighter future.
Rush Limbaugh.
Whatever's hot and whatever matters, guaranteed we will be talking about it. A man, a living legend, a way of life.
The Mandarin of Talk Radio. Rush.
Also known as the scariest and most dangerous man in America to the American left, and that's because I'm right.
The most listened to talk radio program in the universe.
Weekdays at 10 a.m. on the News 1490 and 103.5 FM.
Hey folks, welcome back to Prescott High School. John Rust with you here. Thank you very much for joining us on our live stream of Prescott and Bradshaw Mountain Basketball and part 2 of this season's rivalry. Also, thank you for listening to us on 1490 AM and 103.5 FM. We're doing both ends tonight because, again, it is the local rivalry. We're in front of a packed gym. And, of course, Bradshaw Mountain trying to lock up a spot in the state playoffs. Top 24 teams make the postseason. Bradshaw Mountain currently sitting at number 17 in power points. A win here tonight by them should shore up that spot. However, Prescott, who's pretty much out of the playoff picture now at number 35, well, they wouldn't mind playing spoiler to their rivals. And, of course, Prescott, they do have the 1-0 advantage in this season series. The Badgers getting the deke over Bradshaw Mountain back on January 14th, 53-46, the final score in that one. First half stats for you. Jason Parent for Prescott, he has 12 points. Also 4 points for Corey Schwartz and 4 points for Melop Owens. Over on Bradshaw Mountain's side, we have 10 points, 11 points for Carter John, 5 points for Trip Nestor, and also 5 points for Jordan Massis. Nate Summit, he's been held to 3 points tonight, all of them coming from the stripe. Third quarter of action about to get underway. Coach Travis Stedman and his Badgers against Coach Blair Hillig and his Bears. Prescott will take it out to start the third quarter. Badgers up 28-24. Milop Owens brings it past the half-court line. Badgers moving left to right across your radio dial if you are listening to us on the radio. Now Parent with a one-handed shot, no good. And Parent unable to keep the ball in bounds, but is able to keep himself from running over one of those cheerleaders. So Nestor to inbound, gets it over to Carter John. John taking his time coming up to the half-court line, guarded by Parent. Over to Devin Banda. Massis to Carter John at the far corner. John moving into the paint. Over to Banda. Now Massis going for three. Oh, blocked! Blocked shot by the Badgers. I think that was Yeager who got it. The ball goes out of bounds, and it will be Prescott possession. So good job on defense by the Badgers as Milop Owens brings it down court. Parent to Dylan Boyd. He's going to pass that over to Milop Owens with 7:13 to go in the third quarter. 28-24 Badgers. Yeager from the far side. Now hands that one off to Parent. Parent moving through traffic to Owens. Down the baseline. Gets around big guy Nate Summit. Now Owens with the one-handed jumper. It's good! Milop Owens! 30-24. Badgers increase their lead. Devin Banda trying to get around Milop Owens. Now gets it over to Nestor. Dylan Boyd bumps into Nestor, but no call on that one. Now to Summit. Fires it into Carter John. John loses the ball, picks it back up, goes for the jumper. It's good! The reverse Warlord of Mars for two. And it's 30-26, Bears down by 4. Milop Owens trying to get around Banda in the paint, taking the jumper. Big time block by Nate Summit. Laying the hammer down, and actually they're going to say it was last touched by the Badgers. So Trip Nestor will inbound for Bradshaw Mountain. Carter John with it. John trying to get around Parent. Foul called. It looks like that's going to be against Jason Parent. A little too much contact there on Carter John. And Carter John to inbound for the Bears. Second foul tonight for Jason Parent. Devin Banda bringing it toward the arc. Now over to Jordan Massis. Trying to get around Sam Yeager. Pass to Nate Summit. On the inside. Turnaround jumper. It's good by Trip Nestor. And the Bears close the gap. It's a 2-point game. Prescott 30, Bradshaw Mountain 28. Owens lobs it over to Parent. Parent coming inside. One-handed jumper. Rolls out of the basket. Schwartz tries for the putback. And Schwartz, I think, got dinged up by one of the Bears. Looks like Trip Nestor going to get called for that foul. And they're going to say non-shooting foul. So Dylan Boyd will inbound for the Badgers with 5:29 to go in the third quarter, 30-28 Prescott. And I think the Badgers made contact with one of the Bears. We'll see who picks up this foul. Milop Owens gets the foul. So foul number 2 for Owens. It's now Bradshaw possession. Here comes Carter John past the half-court line to Nestor. Nestor looking for someone to give the ball away to. Gets it over to Nate Summit. Now the big guy over to Massis. Bouncer on the inside of John. John turns around, shoots off the glass. No good. Rebound by Dylan Boyd. Milop Owens. Going to bring it around to the far side to Boyd. Now back to Owens. Owens moving inside into the paint, taking the running shot, no good. Corey Schwartz tries for the tip-in, can't get it. No, he does get it on the third try. Corey Schwartz puts it through the hoop. And it's 32-28 Prescott. Running shot by Carter John off the glass, no good. Masters with the rebound for three, no good. Nate Summit with the rebound, and Summit gets the putback. First field goal tonight for Summit. It's a 2-point game. Prescott 32, Bradshaw Mountain 30. Jason Parent with the ball. Parent on the inside through traffic. One-handed shot, no good. Corey Schwartz trying for the tip in, can't get it. But we do get a whistle on the play. Looks like it's going to be Devin Banda who gets hit with the foul, his second of the night. Corey Schwartz up to the line. Corey Schwartz, who had 30 points Tuesday night at Lee Williams, has 6 tonight. And we have a timeout called. Bradshaw Mountain calling a 30-second timeout. With the score, 32-30, Prescott on top, 4:19 to go in the third quarter. Hey folks, Weichart Realtors, CLA, they are a proud sponsor of tonight's game, and they're painting the town yellow. Located in Forest Trails, they sell more because they do more. Look for the yellow signs. Call Colleen McElmel, at 928-499-2244. Weichart Works. Again, call Colleen McElmel from Weichart Realtors. Prescott student section all on their feet, and the same with the Bradshaw student section. As Prescott starts a PHS chant with Corey Schwartz at the line. First shot coming up for Schwartz. That one is good. Second shot coming up, and that one is good. And the Badgers up their lead to 4. It's 34-30, 4:15 to go in the third quarter. Devin Banda, guarded by Jason Parent. Bounces that one over to Carter John. Now to Nate Summit. Summit driving inside, now gives it over to Banda. Back to Summit, loses the ball. Jason Parent has it. Over to Dylan Boyd in the paint, taking the shot, no good. But Corey Schwartz gets the putback. Schwartz with the rebound and a basket. And it looks like Schwartz also got fouled, and Carter John is the perpetrator. For Carter John, his second foul tonight. And it's going to be Dylan Boyd who takes the free throw. Actually, I guess there was no basket on that from Schwartz. So the foul occurred before the shot went in. So Dylan Boyd, his second one from the stripe, and that one goes in. So it is 36-30 as Dylan Boyd gives the Badgers a 6-point lead with 3:45 to go in the third quarter. Band into the paint to Summit, and Summit almost got blocked by Schwartz, but the ball still goes through. 36-32. Nate Summit draws the Bears to within 4 of the Badgers. And now stolen by Carter John, who gets run into by Dylan Boyd. And for Boyd, that's his third foul of the night. As Colin Hicks checks into the game for Prescott. Jake Platt will inbound for the Bears. .323 remaining in the third quarter of a 4-point game. Badgers on top, 36-32. Devin Banda steps inside, now gives it over to Trip Nestor. To Jake Platt. Now over to Carter John. John to Banda. Banda through a double team, and they're going to call blocking against Prescott. And it looks like it's Colin Hicks who gets the foul for the Badgers. And that's his first tonight. Trip Nestor to inbound in front of the Bear bench. Over to Devin Banda. Now flips it over to Jake Platt. Platt trying to get around Yeager. To Summit. Big guy hurls it inside and stolen by Hicks, who loses it. And it almost goes out of bounds. Platt gets it. Now Banda. Now Carter off the glass for two. Ball pinballing around and finally winds up in the hands of Carter John. And it's now a 2-point game. Badgers 36, Bears 34. Yeager driving to the basket. Scoop shot, no good, but Yeager gets fouled en route to the basket. So Yeager will go to the line on the foul by Jake Platt, his second of the night. Sam Yeager averaging 8.4 points per game, looking for his first tally tonight, and he gets it on that free throw as the Badgers continue to just stay ahead of the Bears, 37-34 the score. 2.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter as TJ Stiegel into the game, replacing Nate Summit. Second shot on the way from Sam Yeager. That one is good. 38-34, Badgers up by 4. And another timeout called, this one by the Badgers. Hey folks, tonight's game is sponsored by Olson's for Healthy Animals, where good enough just isn't, with locations in Prescott, Chino, Dewey, Flagstaff, and the Verde Valley. Thank you again to all our Badger sponsors. Without them, we would not be able to bring you tonight's rivalry game, which Prescott is now leading 38-34. Also, folks, we have one more Prescott basketball live stream for you on Tuesday. We'll be over in Bullhead City as the Badgers and Lady Badgers take on Mojave. 5:30 p.m. tip-off for the girls, 7 for the boys. Jason Zinzaletta will be bringing you the play-by-play on that one. And we might have some postseason action for you on the KYCA.info live streams. We'll see how things shake out among our local teams as Carter John gets the inbound. Guarded by Yeager. Now to Platt on the far side. Ball stolen by Jason Parent. Parent in the paint, taking the shot, and it's good! Jason Parent on the steal, gets the bucket, and it's 40-34 Prescott. Now Devin Banda with it for Bradshaw to Trip Nestor. Moves inside through traffic, takes the shot, no good, rebounded by Colin Hicks. Loses the ball, Trip Nestor gets it. Now he loses it, it goes out of bounds, and it will be possession. I think the referees are still trying to decide who's going to get possession. Possession Prescott. As Trip Nestor pleads his case, the official saying, no, no, no. It tipped off the hand of a Badger, man. It tipped off the hand of a Badger. But apparently the official disagrees with Mr. Nestor. Hicks to inbound for the Badgers. $1:51 to go here in the third quarter with Prescott up 40-34. Corey Schwartz goes past the half-court line, down the near side. Moving in, guarded by Summit. Schwartz turns, shoots one-handed, gets the good roll! Corey Schwartz getting it past Nate Summit for the bucket. 42-34 Badgers. Now Summit to Nestor. Massis with the ball now, bounce on the inside to Summit. Reaches out and gets it, guarded by Schwartz, kicks it back out to Massis. Now Nestor moves inside, bounce over to Stiegel. Stiegel through traffic, off the glass, it's good! TJ Stiegel with his first two of the night. 42-36 the score. Prescott still on top. To Schwartz. Now Yeager with 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Yeager with the pass over to Milop Owens. Badgers kind of taking their time here. Now Owens dribbles around Nestor. Back to Yeager. Yeager comes inside through traffic, taking the shot, no good. But it looks like Yeager gets fouled, and he'll be heading up to the line. Jordan Massis gets pegged for the foul, his first tonight. Yeager shooting 2. He's already 2 for 2 from the stripe. Make it 3 for 3. Now Yeager will try to make it a perfect 4 for 4 from the charity stripe. Will he or won't he? He will. 44-36 Prescott. And now here come the Bears. Jordan Massis to Nestor. 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Now over to Carter John at the far side. Jordan Massis back to Nestor. Bears just working it around. Looks like they may try to go for the last shot of the quarter. 14 seconds remain. Trip Nestor standing at the logo. Now gets it over to Massis with 7 seconds. Massis coming inside, gets through a double team, takes the running shot, it's good! Jordan Massis for 2! Jacob Carter going for the shot, misses the basket from about 3/4 of the way. And that will do it for the third quarter of action with our score. Prescott 44, Bradshaw Mountain 38. We'll take a 30-second break here on our live stream and be back after this.
Every child, every day, in the heart of everybody's hometown for over 150 years.
PUSD has a multitude of programs for what your child already loves and the talents they have yet to discover.
Engaging and hands-on curriculum.
Building positive relationships.
21st century education in technology and the arts.
Quality certified teachers and staff.
We educate the whole child.
Rooted in spirit and tradition, we invite you to join us.
Back here at Prescott High School, John Rust with you as the pep band performs the Badger fight song during the break between quarters. Fourth quarter about to begin, and it is Prescott 44, Bradshaw Mountain 38. The Bears looking to try to solidify a spot in the state playoffs. Prescott trying to play spoiler. Bears are number 17. So even a loss tonight and one down at Desert Edge Tuesday may still get them into the playoffs. But again, the Bears would kind of like to have their destiny in their own hands. Nestor lobs it over to Carter John. John setting up the offense. Inside to Nate Summit. Summit with the jumper. No good, but the putback is good by Trip Nestor. And it's 44-40 here in the fourth quarter. Trip Nestor, 9 points tonight for Bradshaw. Corey Schwartz in the paint, turns around, shoots, no good. Rebound by Summit. Gets that one over to Banda down the far side. Now flips it over to Carter John, and traveling the call against Bradshaw. And I don't think the Bradshaw faithful like that call very much. Sam Yeager inbound for Prescott. Over to Milap Owens. Yeager down the far side with 7:15 to go in the fourth quarter. And we get a full timeout called by Prescott. So we'll keep it here with 7:13 to go in the fourth quarter. It is 44-40 the score. Prescott in the lead. Hey folks, tune in to the Tri-City Sports Roundup tomorrow morning at 8:06 right here on the News 1490 AM, 103.5 FM, and online at KYCA.info. 3 members of the Yavapai College softball team will join me in the studio. Sonoy Helenihi, Megan Parsley, and Esperanza Rodriguez. So they'll talk about their season so far. Yavapai College 7-5 to get things going. Yes, folks, it's early February, and already Yavapai College softball has played 12 games. Speaking of Yavapai College, their athletic director Brad Clifford and his wife Mindy are sitting right next to our broadcast position. Hopefully enjoying our broadcast here as they watch the game. Back to action as Sam Yeager will inbound it in front of the Prescott stands. Melop Owens taking it past the half-court line for the Badgers. Now Parent goes inside, double teams, bounce pass, and almost stolen by Bradshaw Mountain. Ball goes out of bounds. And it looks like it will still be Prescott possession. As the Badgers figure out who they want to inbound it, it'll be Sam Yeager. Melop Owens trying to get around Carter John. Pass tipped away and stolen by Bradshaw. Banda on the breakaway in the paint. Tries for the layup. No good. Banda falls down and Prescott gets the ball. Now Yeager on the inside. Kicks it out to Jason Parent. Parent moving into the paint. The jumper. No good. Corey Schwartz tried for the tip in. Still no good. And Parent trying to rip the ball away from Nestor. And don't know if it's foul or jump ball. We'll see what the officials call here. Actually, was it a timeout called? Yep. Bradshaw Mountain calls a full timeout after that battle on the floor for the ball. 6:32 to go in the fourth quarter, and it's 44-40. As this exciting game has started to drag a little bit after a couple of full timeouts. Well, so much for keeping the excitement going here, I guess. Bradshaw Mountain, they are 14-10 on the season overall, 7-4 in Grand Canyon region play. Prescott, they are 6-13, but they are 5-5 in the region. At the top of the region right now is Coconino at 10-1. Bradshaw Mountain, they're actually second in the region with a 7-4 record. Prescott, well, they're down in fourth place at 5-5. Flagstaff Lee Williams tied 6-4. Trip Nestor will inbound for the Bears. He gives it to Devin Banda. He comes past the half-court line. Over to Nestor. Nestor backs out near the logo. Now gets it over to Carter John. Bears down by 4, 44-40. Summit on the inside. Bounces it out to Carter John. John double team. Thought about a three. Now gets it into Summit. Now to John for three. No good off the rim. Fight for the rebound. Jordan Massis comes up with it. To Nestor, works it around to Carter John. 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. John on the inside, taking the fadeaway jumper, no good. Rebound by Sam Yeager, who gets knocked down by Nate Summit as he was going for the ball. I think that's what Nate Summit is saying to Coach Blair Hillig. I had all ball there. Third foul tonight for Nate Summit, who has 7 points for Bradshaw Mountain. Now Sam Yeager down the far side. Long pass over to Schwartz. Schwartz moving inside, and Schwartz with the dunk! Corey Schwartz brings the Badger faithful to life with the dunk, and it's 46-40 Prescott. But Carter John comes back and gets the good roll for two. 46-42 Prescott. Jason Parent with it on the far side. 5:23 to go in the fourth quarter. Parent through traffic, takes the shot, off balance, no good. Rebound by Summit, who gives it over to Trip Nestor. Ball knocked out of his hands. There's Jason Parent, and Parent gets a dunk! Jason Parent with the dunk for Prescott. 48-42 Badgers. Summit for three, or Nestor for three, no good. Yeager with the rebound. After those two full timeouts, now we're getting some action. I think Coach Travis Stedman is signaling the Badgers to try to slow it down a bit here with 4:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Badgers up 48-42. To Parent, I think a little alley-oop there was tried between Schwartz and Parent, and that one goes for naught. Now Carter John with the ball. To Banda. Back to John. Going for three. It's good! Carter John with the three. 48-45, and Bradshaw trails by 3 with 4:15 to go in the fourth quarter. Melop Owens just bouncing the ball around, taking his time, gets it over to Dylan Boyd. To Schwartz. Now to Yeager. Yeager into the paint, through traffic, taking the shot. No good, rebounded by Nate Summit. Trip Nestor coming down the court for Bradshaw. Gets it over to Carter John on the far side. Back to Nestor. On the inside to Summit. Summit turning around, gets it over to Jordan Massis at the near far corner. Carter John moving in through traffic, taking the shot, no good, but Nate Summit doesn't get the putback, and a push called. And I think it's going to be against Summit, and it is. And that is Nate Summit's fourth foul tonight. Certainly not the guy you want in foul trouble if you're Coach Blair Hillig, as TJ Stiegel about to check into the game. And the Badgers in the bonus, so Dylan Boyd will come up to the free throw line. Boyd with 4 points tonight for Prescott. As Nate Summit checking out of the game, 3:38 remaining in the fourth quarter, 48-45. Boyd will look to put a little more distance between Prescott and Bradshaw. He doesn't do it. Rebound by Jordan Massis, and Massis gets hit in the face by Parent. And remember, Jordan Massis coming off a broken nose. And Massis wearing that face mask to protect that broken nose as Jason Parent picks up foul number 3. So Trip Nestor will inbound for Bradshaw Mountain. Now Devin Banda. He brings it past the half-court line. Banda moving inside. Out to Carter John for 3! No good! And Melop Owens gets the rebound for Prescott with 3:18 to go in the fourth quarter. 48-45 Badgers. Owens kind of taking his time a little bit here, bleeding off a little clock as we come down to 3 minutes to go in the fourth. Now Owens making his move to the near corner. Coming inside at the baseline. Bouncing to Boyd. Boyd with the running shot. No good, but Boyd gets nailed. Falling to the ground, and it'll be another foul against Bradshaw Mountain. TJ Stiegel, the offender, his second foul of the night. Up to the line again is Dylan Boyd. He is 2 for 3 from the stripe tonight. 2:59 to go in the fourth quarter. Badgers up by 3. Badgers up by 4. 49-45. Second shot on the way from Dylan Boyd. That doesn't get the good bounce. Stiegel gets the rebound for Bradshaw. And here comes Devin Banda at the half-court line. Bouncer over to Nestor. Thought about a 3, now gets it over to Banda instead. Bouncer to Summit. Nate Summit moving inside, taking the running shot, no good. Battle for the rebound, and it's Sam Yeager who comes up with it with 2:35 to go in the fourth quarter. 49-45 Badgers. Melop Owens taking his time, getting the ball over to Parent. Now to Boyd. On the inside to Schwartz, hands it off to Parent, loses the ball, and Carter John gets it back for Bradshaw, under a double team, and the pass intercepted by Prescott. Sam Yeager has it. 2:15 to go in the fourth, 49-45 Prescott. Melop Owens. Now Dylan Boyd just taking his time, bouncing the ball, moving inside, gets it out to Corey Schwartz. Schwartz at the baseline. Now Boyd for 3! It's good! Dylan Boyd hitting the three! 52-45 Prescott. Now Banda on the inside, taking the shot. It's good! Devin Banda with the basket. And it's timeout time. And I think that might be Bradshaw who took it. And something is going on here, folks. I think something might have happened away from the play. We're getting fans saying, tee him up, tee him up. It's a full timeout for Bradshaw Mountain. And again, there must have been some kind of extracurricular activity going on. I apologize. I did not see what was going on. I just saw Devin Banda run up to the basket and take the shot. And then, of course, I looked down in my book to write down the bucket. So whatever happened probably happened when I was doing that. Officials are talking things over, but I haven't seen any sign of a technical or anything else. 52-47 is our score. Badgers on top. 1 minute, 47 seconds remaining, and I think someone did get a technical. Number 32, and I think that might be against Corey Schwartz. Because 32 on Bradshaw is also Jake Platt, but I don't think he was out on the floor. So let's.
Corey Schwartz receives a technical foul.
Corey Schwartz got a technical, and Schwartz, just by his body language, cannot believe that. And again, I do not know what the technical is for. Corey Schwartz, again, like I said, from his body language, does not like that call one bit. Carter John will go up to the free throw line. First shot coming up by John. That one misses. "20 points tonight for Carter John. And that's coming off a 19-point performance against Mojave Tuesday. Misses on both of them. Carter John with a chance to pull the Bears closer, misses on both free throws. However, because of the technical against Corey Schwartz, the Bears will inbound. Wow, our second live stream basketball game in a row where we had a technical called. Carter John trying to get around Yeager. Now to Massis, moving inside, taking the jumper through traffic. It's good! Jordan Massis through traffic makes it 52-49. As, of course, a timeout is called because everything is getting exciting right now, so let's kill the action and take a timeout. I just wonder, when will the aficionados, the officials, the men in control of basketball kind of get it together and decide, you know what, having every team take about 20 timeouts during a game, it's a little too much. Let's limit it to maybe 3 timeouts a half or something like that, like they do in football. Anyway, a minute 29 left to go here in the fourth quarter. It's 52-49 in favor of Prescott. Bears trailing by 3 points thanks to that bucket by Jordan Massis. And Jordan Massis now with 9 points for the Bears tonight. Badgers to inbound. Dylan Boyd. Leaping catch made by Jason Parent. Now over to Yeager. Yeager double team on the far side. Breaks through it. Whistle on the play. And hey folks, I'll give you 3 guesses what we just had right now, and the first 2 don't count. That's right, we had a timeout called. So a full timeout called. And we'll take a 30-second break here on our broadcast. 52-49 Prescott, back after this.
I enjoy informing and educating people. It makes for a better country and a brighter future.
Rush Limbaugh.
Whatever's hot and whatever matters, guaranteed we will be talking about it. A man, a living legend, a way of life.
The Mandarin of Talk Radio. Rush.
Also known as the scariest and most dangerous man in America to the American left, and that's because I'm right.
The most listened to talk radio program in the universe.
Weekdays at 10 a.m. on the News 1490 and 103.5 FM.
Back here at Prescott High School, John Rust with you. And folks, we are coming down to the wire here, and it's going to be an exciting finish. Badgers 52, Bears 49, a minute 23 remaining in regulation. Dylan Boyd will inbound for Prescott. Boyd will inbound over on the far side. Lobs it over to Parent. Parent guarded by Trip Nestor. Gets it past the half-court line, and stolen by Nestor. Now to Nate Summit, and throws it to Corey Schwartz. He didn't want to do that. Milop Owens putting it through for two. Milop Owens scoring on a costly turnover for Bradshaw, 54-49. Prescott still in the lead to Carter John going up, making the shot for two. 54-41, Bears trail by 3. 49 seconds left to go in regulation. Ball knocked away, stolen by Nate Summit, and has the ball pushed out of his hands by Prescott, but that's going to go as a foul for the Badgers. Milop Owens gets called for the foul. His mouth is agape. He cannot believe he got called for that foul. Nate Summit up to the line. Summit 3 for 4 from the stripe tonight. Big free throws coming up for the big guy. In and out of the basket. Second shot attempted by Nate Summit. That one goes through. Long pass, Dylan Boyd under the basket. Gets run into by Jordan Massis. And, well, it looked like it was going to be intentional interference, I thought, but that's not going to be the call. But Massis still gets the foul. Boyd going to go up to the line. And for a second here, I thought we were calling Prescott and Bradshaw Mountain football. Yeah, it was Dylan Boyd, and, he was the quarterback for Prescott this year. First shot from Boyd. That one misses. 2-point game, 54-52. Prescott up by 2. As the Bradshaw Mountain fans shout, brick, brick, brick. But Dylan Boyd does not get a brick. He gets a basket, 55-52. Badgers up by 3. Bradshaw with the ball. Trip Nestor past the half-court line. 35 seconds to go in regulation. To Massis, to Banda. Bears working it around. Banda to Massis, 30 seconds. Banda tries to come inside, cut off by Boyd. To Nestor. Now to Carter John. 20 seconds. Carter John thought about a 3. Now goes for a 3. No good. Rebound by Schwartz. As Nate Summit almost bear hugs Schwartz, and well, Nate, I'm sorry, big guy, but bye-bye, your night is over. That will be Summit's 5th foul of the game. And Nate Summit exits the game with 8 points and 15 seconds to go. And Corey Schwartz has a chance to make this a 2-possession game for Prescott. So Nate Summit walking off the court as Corey Schwartz awaits his foul shots. Badgers in the double bonus, so Schwartz will be shooting 2. First shot coming up by Schwartz is good. Now the next shot for Schwartz. And it's a 4-point game. Parent gets the rebound, though. And Parent also gets fouled with 12 seconds to go. 56-52 our score, 12 seconds to go. Jordan Massis, his third foul of the night. And the Prescott fans start to serenade the Bradshaw fans with na-na-na-na, hey, goodbye, as Parent sinks the first free throw. Jake Platt coming into the game for Bradshaw. And now here come the start the bus chants for the Prescott fans. And the Bradshaw fans pretty quiet right now as Parent sinks the next free throw. 58-52, Prescott, 10 seconds to go. And Stiegel just going to hold on. Oh, wait a minute. And actually, there was a foul called against Prescott. And that looks like it was against Sam Yeager. So up to the line will be Trip Nestor. As it looks like the seniors are going to hit the court now for Prescott with 9 seconds remaining. So it's Colin Hicks, Corey Schwartz, Dylan Boyd, Jacob Carter, and Isaiah Carmen into the game for Prescott. As they're trying to wave Jason Parent off the court. I don't think Parent realized what was going on. Everyone's yelling at him, dude, get off the court. First shot coming up for Parent. Misses. And the ball goes out of bounds. And it will be Bradshaw Mountain possession. Carter John will inbound with 8 seconds to go. 58-52 is the score. Badgers on top. And now Carter John for three. No good. Battle for the rebound. Nestor with the turnaround jumper. It's good. However, it goes for naught as Nestor gets the basket, but the Badgers get the win. 58-54, the final score. As Prescott gets what you'd have to call an upset win here tonight over Bradshaw Mountain. 18 points tonight for Jason Parent. 10 points for Corey Schwartz for Prescott. Meanwhile, over on the Bradshaw Mountain ledger, 22 points for Carter John, 8 points for Nate Summit, and 9 points for Jordan Massis. Well, folks, that is going to do it for our live stream of Prescott and Bradshaw Mountain basketball as they get the split tonight. The girls winning, Bradshaw girls winning that game 39-27. The Prescott boys winning this one 58-54. That's going to do it. Join us for our next Prescott basketball live stream Tuesday night over at Mojave High School. Girls tip off at 5:30, boys at 7. Jason Zinzaletta will be bringing you the play-by-play on that. Again, folks, thank you very much for joining us here on our live stream, joining us on the radio side for tonight's basketball games. Final score here in the boys game, Prescott 58, Bradshaw 54. Girls, Bradshaw 39, Prescott 27. For Scott back in the KYCA studios, for the Zinzaletta clan here running all the technical stuff, I'm John Rust saying good night, everybody.
Tonight's KYCA Sports Spectacular broadcast featuring the Prescott Badgers and Bradshaw Mountain Bears in girls and boys varsity basketball was sponsored by Olson's for healthy animals, where good enough just isn't. The Prescott Unified School District, the Badgers' biggest fans. Every child, every day in the heart of everyone's hometown for over 150 years. And Weichert Realty CLA. They're painting the town yellow. Call Colleen at 928-499-2244. Thanks for tuning in to our radio broadcast on KYCA in Prescott at 1490 AM and 103.5 FM, and around the world on our live stream on our Facebook page and at kyca.info. We'll see you again on our next broadcast of the KYCA Sports Spectacular.